Gotcha.
Like, hi neighbor, sorry.
It's like what just happened, and I told her to get in the car and run and take JJ to school, and I just left.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground, where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
Like, it all happened very quickly. That
Right.
was, I mean, I feel like I was there because I was right there, and like a second later, like,
Okay.
I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you at all? Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
Like,
May I have the name of the insured? L. Charles Vallow. And who am I speaking with? This is Lori Vallow. And your relationship to the insured? Okay, ma'am, I'm just going to need to ask you a few questions so that I can open the claim, and then I can go up the claim procedure with you and answer any questions that you may have afterwards. And what was the cause of his passing?
Well, he was shot.
Okay.
So I don't know how I want to put that.
Hello, Grizzlies. Good morning. Some of you saying good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is by you. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And if you are a replay watcher, then thank you so much. It's nice to have you here as well. Hello. If you could just type 1 if you can hear me, 2 if you can't hear me. I always just check before I just start rambling. And yes, I know that was the trailer I put up, but for some people missed the trailer, so I put that up as well, just so you can hear. Oh my word. That insurance call we've looked at before, where Lori Vallow Daybell, at that point she was Lori Vallow, husband number 4. And right after he was, 1, you're all saying 1. Thank you. Right after he was shot by her brother, which I'm still amazed that they got away with self-defense, because he had a record from the past from assaulting her 3rd husband. Remember that? Anyway, she was like on the phone, ready to claim life insurance. And the way she said, he was shot. I don't know how I want to put that. I'm like, whew. Okay. So some of you might be wondering, maybe you were getting ready, to hear all about Zulema Pastines. The thing is, I realized that there's not much point from a true crime perspective to cover every single character in this case, because not only has it been covered a lot already on YouTube, but it's not about that. It's like the people who've been charged are Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell. They're the ones that are going to trial. They're the ones facing the death penalty. So it's kind of like, I know that along the way, it would have been great to analyze every single person and who, what, but the people who have been charged are those 2 people. So those are the 2 people that we will look at in this case. You know what I mean? So we're going to continue to look at Lori Vallow Daybell tonight or today, whatever time it is for you. Hello. Thank you so much to all the mods who can be here. Thank you. So we're going to continue to look at her today. And if there's any other content I do in this case, of course, we are waiting for the trial. This whole thing was trial prep. I wanted to give you let's start from the bottom, break it down. For anyone who, when the trial comes up, just wants to know, like, what is this case all about? Then they can refer to my Lori Vallow Daybell playlist, and it's all there. And it's not like millions of or hours or that you have to work through. It's like part 1 and 2 would give you the entire summary of who's who and what, so that you'll be ready for the trial. Yes. Okay. Hello to Rochelle Pronzo. Hello to the Pronzos. Stefan, Amber, wish I could say all your names. It's just so nice to see you all here. I love seeing familiar faces over here as well as some new faces. It's really great. Hello, Lena, beautiful queen of true crime. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get this ready. I have prepared things for you as always, but not a presentation this time because there's so much video footage to work through. Now, trigger warning, this content is for adults only. Okay, some of the things might trigger people, make them upset, things like that. We are, of course, looking at the Lori Vallow Daybell case in which 7 people around her ended up dead. She's been charged with the first-degree murder, her and Chad Daybell, of her daughter, her adopted son, and of her husband number 5's wife. So yes, if you did miss that part 1 and 2 and what we've done so far, I would highly recommend checking that out, like even after this. I'm sure you can gather what's going on from today if you've not seen anything. But I'd highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in this case and want to know more. Laurie Daybell is a trigger. Yeah, it should be a special trigger specifically for Laurie Daybell. Oh my word. Hello, all South Africans here. Love to hear Gisela in Afrikaans today. Yeah, little Afrikaans series here and there. I was snarking it up in Afrikaans. If you guys really, really want to know what I was saying, if you don't understand at all, I might explain it on Patreon. So if you're on Patreon and you really want to know, just pop me a message. And if enough people pop me a message, I'll maybe make a little video and explain what I was saying there. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here now is, this is actually a video. Let me just quickly see. I just want to see the exact date. I've got so many lined up here. This was from Charles Vallow told Arizona police in January of 2019 that he was seeking an emergency mental hold for his wife after an escalating pattern of bizarre behavior. So he had called the police in January of 2019, and by July, he was shot dead. Oh, man. You said I said a swear. I did say an Afrikaans swear. Okay, so I'm going to show you this because we're looking at Laura. Sorry, I don't know why my light's doing that. Hold on 1 second, please. Naughty lights. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Don't you be naughty, that green screen? Okay. Laurie Vallow, I mean, this is so premeditated. I feel sad for Charles Vallow that he didn't get the justice that he deserves. Because here he's telling the police, like, she's gone crazy, basically. He wouldn't just say that. I'm very sensitive to mental health terms, mental health in general. But so you wouldn't just say to anyone, oh, she's gone crazy. But like, whoa, Laurie Daybell went crazy. Yeah, she lost her mind. That's what he was saying here. So let's have a listen. Let me know. I hope you can hear this.
I found that back Florida. She may be. No telling where.
It's not very loud, I know.
There's a lot of gray area in these matters for us, so it's not real black and white like somebody commits a crime and we just arrest them. So, and I know we just showed up and we kind of came into this last minute, so we're kind of getting the story second and third hand. We need to be real careful following her around.
I'm not doing that.
Well, we're at a hotel,
School,
you know.
and then I saw this in a wallet, so I think it was a school. I called the police. I'm not going to try. I'm not irrational or stupid or anything. I just want her, at all. I want her to get it out. Yeah. She's not like, I love her to death. Something's going on.
So if you can't hear very well, there's a lot of background noise in this video. It's not my fault. I've got to turn up to the max that I possibly can. But he's saying, I love my wife to death. I'm not irrational or stupid or something. It's just she's lost her mind. That's basically what he's saying. I just quickly want to see here. Yeah, that's the max volume I can have here. Okay. Hey, Claire.
Be gone, fine. I'll do all that stuff. I just don't want to hurt. Okay. You know, I just don't want to hurt anybody else. Or to go with it.
Yeah, they go silent a little bit. See, they blurred some of the stuff out.
She took your car. What are you driving now?
A friend of mine's in Utah.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know where
cool.
my truck is.
Okay.
She took it. I don't know.
And I believe it was part 2 when we looked at the full details of this case. Sorry, I can make myself bigger here. How do we do this? This? Nope. In part 2 that we looked at, we talked about how Laurie not only canceled his flight ticket, he went away for business. He was coming back home, and she not only canceled his flight. So when he got to the airport, he was like, what? Like, bought a new ticket. But when he got to the airport, his truck was no longer there. So he had to call a friend and get a ride home. And she locked him at the house and all that. Alex was actually the one, Laurie Vallow's brother, to move his truck. But I feel so sorry for this man. Oh, my word.
Inspection ticket because she knows where I park at the airport. I came back outside and it's gone.
What
all
led
my
up to
clothes
this?
are gone from the house.
What led up to this? Is there any correspondence that you've had over the last couple of days with her?
Her religious stuff has gone way off the deep end.
Okay.
Just way off.
And I mean, that's an understatement. Her religious stuff has gone way off the deep end, is what he said. Also, it's Snarky Saturday, okay? So if anyone's going to roll in here and tell me not to do commentary, that's what I'm here for, okay? It's commentary. Just saying, I'm getting ready to snark it up. Anyway, so to say her religious stuff has gone way off the deep end, I mean, it really did. I mean, and not only was he shot, but then 2 innocent children were murdered and Chad Daybell's wife after this. I mean, it's absolutely shocking. He really, really tried. He was really waving those red flags, you know? Yeah, it's very much Snarky Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's if you don't agree with her, you're the opposite.
Okay.
She won't have it.
When did you last speak to her?
Yesterday when she texted me and said we're done, get out of here.
Okay. When was this paperwork filled out with community
Last
groups?
night.
Okay. So what about, so these are handwritten, so sometimes they're hard for us to read. What about your correspondence yesterday precipitated filling this out?
When she was on the phone with me and my bishop.
I'm guessing that they do believe him now because the FBI, from what I read, I still just want to follow up on it, you know? The FBI was apparently investigating his death again, like as in, wait a minute, him and hubby number 3, which was Joseph Ryan. I mean, both of them could have been. Okay, so you get the gist of this. I will afterwards link all these videos in the comments if you want to watch the full thing. We've got a lot to work through today, so I'm just going to end that one there. But you could see that he was like calling them and saying, oh my word, and even over here. So this is a follow on. Just hold on one second. Here they say, newly released body camera shows the distraught father of 7-year-old JJ Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan months before their disappearance. Okay, so look at this one. This is now after that.
Why don't you come over here?
Thank you. Totally snarking it up.
So what's going on tonight?
I can't get in touch with my kids.
How old are your kids?
6.5 and 16. Okay.
How long have you been trying?
2 days.
Okay.
But she's lost her mind. I don't know how to.
He's like, I don't know how to say it, but she's lost her mind. We're going to listen to more now. This was the time when Charles had actually filed for divorce because he's like, oh my word, she's lost her mind. She's threatening my life. She's threatening the children. She says that he's going to explain that, like, now he's a zombie. Now this is where I got the name Nick from. He says that Lori identified an evil spirit in him called Nick Schneider. But when I heard Lori and them talk about it, Melanie specifically, she said Ned Schneider. I don't blame him for getting the name wrong because, like, he's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, lady? So, yes. Over here, she had just taken Tylee and disappeared for 58 days. You know, she just packed up and went to Hawaii and stayed with her friend April, and then with a bag full of burner phones and all kinds of notes and things, and was trying to convert her friend. And when her friend wasn't buying into this whole thing, she left abruptly and then went to stay at her brother's house. I mean, this man was distraught. This was just 2 days in. I mean, it's like she went for a long time.
Say it. We're LDS. She thinks she's a resurrected being and a god and member of the 144,000. Jesus is coming next year. She took all the money out of her bank account today. My truck has gone from the airport. She went to the airport and got it.
Oh man.
I flew in from Dallas. Houston and Dallas. So
Where's your truck?
I don't know. A friend of mine's truck picked me up. I went to the CSI to file a report.
Yeah, we did.
Community Bridges or something. File a report.
So you did the petition?
Yeah, they ordered a pickup.
Okay. What time did you do that?
Hour and a half ago.
Okay. So what makes her a danger to herself and to others?
She threatened me, murder me, kill me.
She threatened to murder you?
Yes. And she said,
how did she do that?
My bishop right there is in the car. He was on the phone with me today when she said, I will have you destroyed. Is what she said there.
Okay, that's not a threat to kill you.
Yesterday was a threat to kill me.
Okay. What did she say yesterday?
She said, "You're not Charles. I don't know who you are, what you did with Charles, but I can murder you now with my powers."
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Says, I'm gonna kill you too. Yesterday was I'm
So
gonna
she's
kill you.
speaking as a spiritual being.
Damn, that was a loud click from the officer. I'm like, whoo, just jumped out of my chair there. You heard it yourself. You heard it right there. Lori told him, I can murder you with my powers. And the officer's saying, yeah, but she means spiritually, right? Like, she doesn't mean it literally. And he's like, no, she means like she can kill me. And guess what? She did. Yep. Wait, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months later, yep. Jane, if you want to get the full details on the case, part 1 and 2 explains it all. There's a full breakdown with presentations and all. I would watch that at 1.5 speed and then come back to this if you can. Otherwise, stick around. And we're watching Charles Vallow here, who was the 4th husband of Lori Vallow Daybell, tell the police that she's lost her mind, that her religious stuff's gone off the deep end, and that she's threatening to kill him. And they're like, what? But literally, he really felt that his life was in danger and the children. And guess what? He was murdered on the 11th of July by Lori Vallow's brother. I have to say allegedly because they claimed self-defense and he wasn't arrested or anything like that. We're going to look at the interviews right after this of Lori, Tylee, and Alex Cox. That's what we're doing today. Right after he was shot. That was in July. And then by September, both children were also murdered. Like, what? Well, in September. Like, he was absolutely waving that red flag every which way, and it just wasn't taken seriously, unfortunately.
She's not here. She's lost her reality.
Is this just all recent, or has it been going on?
It's been going on for about 4 or 5 years. It's gotten really, really bad lately. She goes to the temple every day and speaks with Moroni and Jesus Christ, and they tell her what to do. And now she came to her today, and last couple of
Teresa, her 3rd husband, Joseph Ryan.
days, she says, "I'm not Charles. You're not Charles. You're Nick Schneider." I don't know where she gets his names from. She got all this stuff from these people in Utah who tell her how many past lives she's had and probation she's had. And she's was married to Moroni way back when, and she was also married to James the Just. And
Okay, this is all foreign to me. So
it's foreign to me.
Well, I'm not LDS.
It's crazy stuff.
He's like, oh, it's foreign to me too. Angela, he did. I hope you watched part 1 and 2. He did get emergency psychiatric. He got an involuntary psychiatric test done on her, and she passed it with flying colors. That's the problem. She can switch her friggin' insanity on and off, it seems. Oh, that's just so annoying. That's what people are worried about now when she was in court. Is like, is she going to be like, oh, yep, she's competent? And then like, nope, she's not. You know, she seems to have complied this time though. But like, oh my word. Anyway, well, let's listen a little bit more.
I know you're using LDS terms here.
But it's just she's nonsensical.
Okay.
And I haven't seen much.
Is he the older one or the younger one?
Young. He's 6.5 years old.
Okay.
I want to do this now. You've got a pickup order. Am I correct?
Yes, it's terrifying. He did get one.
If she doesn't answer,
Mm-hmm.
what do we do?
If she
Can
doesn't
I break
answer, we
into my
can't
house?
we can't enforce the order.
Can I break into my house?
Do you live here?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
My lease. I pay the lease.
Do you guys have any orders of protections against you?
No, we do not.
So,
I'm
no
gonna go
no
on
police
her
reports?
tomorrow. No, nothing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how does she pose a threat to your children?
I don't know what she's going to do with them. I don't know if she's going to flee with them. She's going to hurt them.
You don't even know if she's here, right?
Today on the phone. I can't. All the cars are. The garage is closed. I don't know. She locked the garage door.
I
haven't
know.
been up there yet.
I know.
She
But what
said
I'm hold on.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is, do you normally park 2 vehicles in the garage, inside the garage?
Correct.
Okay. So it's a possibility that her car and your truck are inside there?
So Johnny's saying, did the officers ever confront her after these claims? Yes, they did. And she acted completely normal. She acted, I'm going to say, like Amber Heard is acting. I said it. She was pulling one of those. I'm just like, oh no, he's a horrible man and he's done this and he's been so abusive and he's this and this. And unfortunately, the police thought she was very reasonable, very nice lady. And she did do a psych evaluation and she passed it with flying colors. That's the problem. Like, she's highly, highly toxic and manipulative. So unfortunately, she got away with it. It sucks. It really, really sucks. No, the case has not gone to trial yet. We are preparing. That's what we've been preparing for. It should be around October. They initially said January 2023, but it should be in October. And apparently, Lori, Vallow Daybell, and Chad Daybell will be tried together. So if I just go a little bit forward, yeah, they actually go into the home.
And then she said that she would murder you through a spiritual.
No, she said, I can murder you.
I can murder you.
then
And she's talking in a
I
spirit.
will kill you.
Spiritual.
No, she's talking physically. I will kill you because you're not Charles, and nobody will care.
Okay.
And he said it for the second time there. That's what I wanted to show you. I will kill you because you're not Charles and nobody will care. This is Charles Vallow standing right here. And she was saying, no, you are no longer Charles. You are now Ned Schneider. So I'm removing all your stuff from the house and you will die. It's just like, he's saying, no, she's physically threatening me. The cops are saying, but spiritually, right? Like, no, physically. And as always, I can say, as always, she got her brother to do some dirty work for her. They had a very, very strange relationship. So again, I'm going to link all of this in the comments afterwards so you can watch the full episodes. I've already watched all the full ones. It's very interesting. I would highly recommend it, but we cannot sit here all night, right? I just want to show you the lead up to what we're looking at, okay? So what I'm going to do now is show you the interviews that were done on the day that Charles Vallow was shot twice in the chest by Alex Cox. Just so that you can see, let's look at the body language. Let's look at what they were saying. And I'm going to do it in the following order. So Lori, Alex, Tylee, and JJ were all in the house at the time when Charles Vallow came over and this fight broke out. According to all of their testimonies, right? Between Charles and Alex and Charles and Lori. And then Charles was shot. Apparently, evidence has showed that he was shot once while he was standing up and then when he'd fallen to the ground once again, which is just like, yes. I hope that one day there will be justice for Charles Vallow. I still have hope. There's always hope. But the order that I'm going to show it in is I'm first going to show Tylee's interview. Now, please, trigger warning, Tylee was murdered. She was dismembered. She was burned and buried in Chad Daybell's backyard. So it's kind of upsetting to see her in this video knowing what happened to her. So just know that going in, that it's like, oh man, like to think what happened to her, it's horrendous. But it is interesting to see at least her version of events, of what happened that day. So we're going to look at Tylee's interview first. Then we're going to look at Alex's because he tells just a little more truth than his sister. And then we'll look at Lori's last so that you can see really like, wow, she really lies a lot and manipulates a lot. Okay, so I'm going to now. Yes, this is Tylee's one. I've timestamped, of course, I've got notes. You know I got notes. So I made little timestamps because the first, in Tylee's interview, the first 32 minutes and 48 seconds are pure silence. Because she's just waiting while they're talking to her mom. That's Tylee Ryan. She was murdered like 2 weeks before her 17th birthday. Oh my word. And for what reason? Here you can see if the way she talks and everything, she was kind of quite loyal to her mom. You know, the narrative sounded very much like all the things her mom would have told her to say. You know what I mean? You let me know what you think, but that's what I kind of gathered. And I think it shifted a bit because Joe Ryan, her biological father, hubby number 3, dropped dead from a heart attack in 2018. And then this is now in July 2019. So now her stepfather drops dead. You see? And that seemed to like really upset her after they moved to Rexburg, Idaho, and then Lori got together with Chad. She didn't like Chad Daybell. And then he identified her as a, you know, like a naughty teenager, basically, like difficult teen. So she became labeled as a zombie. So did JJ, and then they were murdered, which is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. This case is like beyond shocking. And there's so much to look at, as I say. But this is interesting just to hear what happened because she's obviously telling the most truth. Like Tylee has nothing to hide except maybe fearing her mom a little bit, and her mom definitely coercing her into what to say. But she sounds so intelligent. I mean, she's so well spoken. Oh man, it's just horrible to see. Okay, so we're getting ready.
Hi. So you have to spell your name because we're all taking guesses on how to spell it. We're not sure.
Tylee.
Okay, I was right. And what's your last name?
Ryan, Ryan.
And your birthday? And then, do you have a phone?
Yeah.
What's your phone number? Okay. So I know this is going to kind of sound like kind of a silly question because it's super broad. But can you basically tell me what happened today? And you can start at whatever place makes sense for you to kind of start and explain. I'll probably kind of ask you questions as we go a little bit.
Okay. So I woke up probably around like 7:50, I want to say, because I heard yelling from like right outside my door. I don't even know where I heard, but I immediately like jumped up, and I have a baseball bat because when I was living at my uncle's by myself, I just wanted something to like feel safer, and I'm not old enough to get like.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. When she was living at her uncle's by herself, she wanted to get a baseball bat to feel safer. So that gives me a red flag about Alex, which of course he is a red flag. It's just like, you cannot believe that hubby number 3 dropped dead from a apparent heart attack, and his family is really thinking, wow, that was foul play. And then Charles Vallow shot twice in the chest by Alex Cox. And there's a backstory with Alex and Joseph Ryan too. I mean, he had actually allegedly tried to kill him before, but then because a passerby saw them, Alex ran away. But he was busy using a stun gun on him multiple times and attacking him. And he had said to his wife, Zulema, it wasn't to his wife, Zulema, he had said to his first wife, Debbie, I think her name was, that he was going to start a fight with Joseph Ryan so that he could attack him, so that he could kill him, and then claim self-defense. I mean, but by attacking him with the stun gun, he actually got jail time because Joseph Ryan filed a report for assault. So that was hubby number 3. But to think that Lori Vallow was involved in, allegedly, I'm just going to say like that, the murders of possibly Joseph Ryan, Charles Vallow, and then to turn on everyone, to turn on her own children. Of course, we know why. She wanted her obsession, which was Chad Daybell's wife, dead. She wanted to be with Chad Daybell. So, but to think that she actually turned on the people who loved her, were loyal to her, stuck by her side is horrendous. And these are children. Tylee's 16 years old here. She died months after this. What in the heck? Okay. Sorry, carry on.
Pepper spray or anything, so I was like, okay, I'll get a baseball bat. So I have that.
So your bedroom, you said that right outside your bedroom door, and I didn't go in the house, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. So what is your bedroom door open to?
My bedroom door open, so the room that my uncle was staying in, the room that's kind of like the guest room, if my room's right here, that's right there.
Okay.
And then my little brother's room, and then kitchen's kind of back here, so it's like a little hallway, and then right here is kind of where everything happened.
Okay.
Like the big, you walk in and...
Like big great room, kind of living room?
Yeah, right now it just has mirrors up because my mom wanted a dance room.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of unconventional, but...
Hey, whatever makes you happy. It's your guys' house, so...
Right. So, yeah, I immediately just jumped up and I grabbed my baseball bat and I opened the door, and it was my stepdad, outside the doorway, and then my uncle.
I got to interrupt just to explain to you guys here and there. So, her stepdad is, of course, Charles Vallow that she's talking about. Her uncle is Alex Cox, Lori's brother, and Lori's obviously her mother. So that's who she's talking about. Also, just to clarify, the stun gun incident happened in 2007, and Joseph Ryan died in 2018. So it was much later. But Lori was very interested in claiming his life insurance of Joseph Ryan. So she was interested in the money she could get for Tylee. She was like, oh, no, I need that payout so that I can use it for Tylee. So that was in 2018. stun gun, 2007. Okay, just to make sure that everyone understands. And when she says my uncle, it's Alex Cox. When she says my stepfather, it's Charles Vallow. Okay, so here we go.
Kind of in the doorway, and then I could hear my mom behind him, and he was just screaming at both of them. Like, I don't even know what he was saying, because honestly I was just too like wired, I guess. So I told him to take a few steps back. I was like, you're too close, you need to step back. And he was like, don't tell me what to do. And I just kind of just stood there, and then my uncle kind of moved out of the way, and then my mom kind of went past him and into like the big room.
Okay.
Where everything happened, and so I walked with them, and then
So they were more in the hallway.
Yeah, they were at like the end of the hallway,
Okay.
basically. And so my mom walked all the way around, and he kind of followed them, and I just kind of stood. My uncle was like right here, and then my stepdad right here, and then me and my mom were kind of right here. And I didn't do anything with the baseball bat. I kind of just held it there, and he was getting really close to my mom, so I kind of stuck it out like between them, and they were both just yelling, and he was like, if you hit me with that baseball bat, you're going to go to jail. And I just kind of stood there with the baseball bat, and I didn't really say anything.
When you said they were yelling, who was yelling?
It was mostly my stepdad.
Okay.
Well, he was really the only one like yelling.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was kind of like responding,
Mm-hmm.
but I honestly couldn't tell you what they were saying. It was
Okay.
kind of just like all jumbled up in my head. And so I just kind of stuck the baseball bat out there, and then he just grabbed it and tried to take it. So I held on to the end, and then eventually I fell, and he kind of took it into his hands like he was going to do something with it. And that's when...
So when you fell, he ended up with the bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I fell to the ground, and then my uncle kind of like... I saw him take a step back, so my uncle, I think, grabbed him and kind of took him back so he couldn't like do anything.
You saw your stepdad like take a step back?
Take a step back, because he was really close to begin with, and then and so my mom said to go with JJ, and so I ran out the door, and then I kind of just stood there with my little brother. He was in the front seat of the car, and so I just kind of opened the door and just stood there, and like he was trying to get out, and I was like, no, we have to stay in, and I was like, oh, like, I told him, like, do you want to go in the Jeep? And then he was like, no. And then I realized that my car was blocked in, so I couldn't anyway.
So yes, she calls the Jeep her car. So as you guys said in part 1, that was her Jeep. So yes, it was her Jeep. She said here as well. Obviously, I think Charles Vallow bought it, but it was her Jeep. And yes, I mean, not only did Lori turn on her children and have them murdered or murdered them, I don't know exactly to what extent they were involved. We'll probably find out in the trial. So trigger warning for that when that comes up in probably October. But you think that she also turned on her brother. Her brother was like a friggin' henchman. His whole life, whatever Lori wanted, he did. I mean, even kill. Like, I'll do anything for you. And then even he dropped dead one day after Tylee Daybell's body was exhumed. It's just weird. The coincidences are too much. So some people say, oh, well, maybe he just dropped dead from natural causes. Maybe. But one day after Tylee Daybell's body was exhumed, because the cops were super suspicious of like, what is going on? There's so many, the children are missing. I mean, Tammy died, like Charles Vallow was shot. Like, wait, there's too much going on here. So they decided to exhume her body. And yes, they found out she was murdered. And now Lori and Chad have been charged with her murder in the first degree. In case you missed that update, that was hectic to see, because it was first like, ooh, speculation. But 2 days before he died, he told his wife, Zulema, who he'd only been married to for like 2 weeks. He got married in Vegas, right? He told his wife, if anything happens to me, there's a bag in the closet. It's got cash in it. It's not much, but it'll help you out. And then he drops dead. This is why I wanted to look at Zulema, and I did. I went over all her interviews. They're very long and very boring, to be honest. But there's some things in there that are interesting, and I do think that people like her, people like Melanie, Lori's niece, all these people that were kind of around in the group, they know more than maybe we know. You know what I mean? More than they are saying. But they haven't been charged. So there's actually like no point in looking at that. We're looking at people who've been charged, who are going to face the consequences. And of course, it should absolutely be Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell. Okay, so I just want to also let you know that this is 17 minutes long. So I hope you guys don't mind like watching all of this. Let me know if it's like, if you mind it, let me know. But I want to watch 17 minutes of this with you so we can get the full story from Tylee. Then we're going to watch 23 minutes from Alex. And then we're going to watch 26 minutes from Lori. Okay, that's the plan. That's the game plan for tonight. I hope that's okay, or today, whatever time it is for you. Yes, and thank you, Kathleen. Absolutely. If you guys are asking questions like who and what, please watch part 1 and 2 in the playlist, because I worked really hard on those presentations, and it will explain everything. You'll understand the case fully if you just watch part 1 and 2. That'll be great. Okay, let's carry on.
Anyways, I was like, okay, like just stay here, and then eventually my mom came out, and then we left from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened inside of the house? Has your mom kind of explained it all to you?
I just kind of asked her, like, because I heard a noise, which I know what it was now, but it sounded like, because I knew that the basement I was in there, it sounded like someone, like, took it and hit it really hard against the floor.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like, Al's okay, right? Because that's my uncle. So I just wanted to make sure that, like, my stepdad didn't do anything to my uncle and stuff. And so she was like, no, like, Al's fine. Like, we're just going to take JJ to school. And I was like, okay. So I just got in the car. And then we went to Burger King because my little brother wanted breakfast, which was chicken fries for no reason.
Okay. I do dinner for breakfast all the time.
Breakfast for dinner and dinner for breakfast.
So to kind of back up a little bit, so you had talked about your stepdad, when you put the bat out, your stepdad was coming towards your mom. Can you describe to me a little bit better kind of what was going on there? Like, is there a reason you put the bat up?
Yeah, he was walking towards my mom, and I just didn't want him to do anything, so I kind of just stuck out the bat. Like, my mom was right beside me, and he was right there, so it wasn't, like, between them.
Okay.
It was kind of just...
I just want to say that, see, this is what I mean. It sounds like Lori's told her, ooh, Charles is so dangerous. He's gonna, I don't know what, attack me or whatever. Because previously I read that she was actually really close to Charles. That Tylee really liked Charles as a stepdad. The kids loved him. And I mean, he was married before, I think for 12 years. He had kids from his previous marriage. And even that family is like, he's amazing. Like, so this sounds like, it just sounds like Lori has, said he's so dangerous and he's so this and we have to be careful. I mean, she's a kid. Tylee's 16 here. So I think eventually she caught on, which is unfortunately why Lori then took her out, because she's like, wait a minute. So you had all these fights with my biological dad, Joseph Ryan, then he dropped dead. Okay. Then there's all these fights with Charles Vallow, my stepdad, then he drops dead. Okay. I mean, it's just, and eventually then it was, August, September, October. Well, then, then was the kids, then Tammy Daybell, then Alex Cox. But I think she started realizing, whoa, like my mom is actually the problem. You know what I mean? Which is really sad, because Lori really is the problem.
Just like, I just stuck it out to be like, keep your distance, kind of.
When you say you didn't want him to do anything, what did you think he was going to do?
Hit her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, for the most part, been pretty, like, mundane, but there have been a few, like, violent times with him when I was really scared that he was going to hit me or hit my mom, like, just because everything was kind of crazy. Me and him have always kind of not gotten along, like, just since I was little. And so there have been a few times that we've gotten in fights and stuff like that, and so, so I'm just kind of always scared of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so that happened, and he grabbed the bat from you. So kind of tell me that again real quick.
So I kind of stuck it out, and this is when he was like, if you hit me with that baseball bat, you're going to jail, and I didn't say anything, because I'm like, okay. And so I'm holding it by, like, the end of the bat, like, the place where you hold it, and so he kind of took it, and I kind of, like, lunged forward and kind of lost, like, my footing. And so my mom was like, just let go, and so, I kind of, like, slipped and I fell, kind of on, like, my side.
Okay.
Yeah, and then from that, my mom said to go to the car, so I just got up and ran out the door.
Okay, did you see, when you fell towards your side, did you see what he did with the bat?
No, I wasn't really looking in that direction because from where I fell, the door was kind of more in my line of vision because I fell looking this way and the door was like right there, so I didn't look back.
So he was he was at a different line of sight than what you were looking at?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point you saw him kind of take a step back, and from what you're saying, and tell me if I'm wrong or not, you didn't necessarily see your uncle pulling back, but it seems like that maybe...
It seems like he wouldn't have taken a step back on his own, so it's more of an assumption than anything. I didn't see him physically take him back.
And does that make sense based on where your uncle was at that time?
Yeah, he was behind him, because he wasn't on this side with me and my mom, so he was behind him.
Okay.
Because that's kind of just the order where everyone walked out.
And when that happened and then your mom told you to go, did you see what happened with your stepdad and uncle?
No.
Okay. And then once you went outside with your brother, you never came back inside?
Oh, I went to go get my mom's purse from inside so that we could have, like, her wallet and everything, but this was all happening, like I said, like, in the bigger room right here, and so I went through the garage door, and so the garage door is right here, and then there's, like, a little hallway, and then this is kind of where everything is, and then this is my mom's room. So when I went in, I kind of, like, just tuned everything out, ran to my mom's closet, ran back, so I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything.
When did you go back in and get her purse?
After my mom came out.
Okay. So after you heard that loud noise?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you heard the loud noise, was your mom outside or inside?
I'm trying to think. I think she was inside when it happened and the door opened like immediately after.
Okay. So very quickly after the door opened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a long period of time because I remember not like thinking about it for that long, and if my mom hadn't come out immediately, I would have, been thinking about it for a lot longer than I had.
So obviously
she looks so uncomfortable. Shame. Like she's getting anxious now, because of the timing of being in the house and out the house and what she heard and what she saw. It's like, nervous, cracking her knuckles. For that first 30 minutes of silence, it was the first 32 minutes and 48 seconds of this. It's just her sitting in a room. I always find that the most interesting. I don't know about you guys. Of course, the talk is interesting, but I freaking love it when they put people in interview rooms and they just leave them in the room. And then we just watch the footage. So obviously not necessarily for Tylee. It was interesting though. She was cracking her knuckles. She seemed quite nervous. She seemed bored, of course. She's 16, but damn, she like cracked every single finger, every single toe. She was like really anxious, But speaking of just watching someone in an interview room, there's some interesting ones out there, huh? Name some that you've seen if you want to. I'll tell you one of my favorite ones in a moment.
Obviously, I don't know like your mom and stepdad and uncle like you do. I don't. So can you tell me kind of where the three of them were at kind of emotionally and how they were behaving when all this was happening?
When all this was happening or like before?
When all this was happening. So like when you came out of your room and he took the bat from you and...
Yeah, so my stepdad was like, he was like, I don't even know how to explain it. He honestly just looked like kind of a crazy person.
Okay.
Like screaming and like his face was beet red. He just looked like really mad. I remember when he took the bat from me, I saw his face for like a split second and I honestly like, it didn't even look like him. He just looked like pure like rage. Like he was just seeing red. So I haven't really seen him like all the way like that before. That's like the craziest I've ever seen him. And then my uncle was kind of calm, like not super calm. Obviously it was like a stressful situation, but he's like I don't know, he was kind of just standing there in the doorway, kind of just being protective of.
Oh boy, if we listen to this, I'll comment on this in a moment, but yes, Jodi Arias is the most interesting. I can't say my favorite, that's a bit odd, right? But you know what I mean. Ooh, that Jodi Arias one, oh my word. Okay, now what she's describing here is Charles Vallow, her stepdad, being so, like, literally seeing red, being enraged, and then, remember, this is a 16-year-old explaining this, and then Alex Cox being, like, quite calm, given the stressful situation. Yeah, it's because Alex was friggin', I'll just say in my own words, in my opinion, a psychopath who's getting ready to kill someone, something he'd probably fantasized about for a long time, based on what he'd said to his first wife about what he wanted to do to Joseph Ryan, and almost did. Now here he is with hubby number 4, like, okay, let's roll. So I think he was calm. He was probably quite excited about this moment, which is sickening to think about. And yes, wow. Then it seems, well, he dropped dead at a very strange time. So maybe his sister really turned on him too. Horrible.
My mom, but he wasn't yelling or really saying anything.
Okay.
And my mom was just he was yelling and my mom was kind of just like talking.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But you don't remember, if you do, like what your mom was saying at all, or what he was mad about?
No, not really. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Honestly,
we're talking about something that probably happened over 2 seconds of time.
Yeah, so. Honestly, it feels like 2 seconds and 40 minutes at the same time. Yeah. So I don't remember what they were really saying. I just kind of heard yelling over everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of just do that whenever things are like really loud. I kind of just like tune what people are saying out, because I don't know, just yelling isn't fun, obviously, for a kid to hear. And
of course not, right? I empathize with her greatly here, my word. Lisa Smith says, so that's those rooms that Lori and Tylee are next to each other and you can hear the other through the wall. Yes, and they actually interviewed Lori before Tylee. So Tylee was kind of sitting there listening in. She could hear, I mean, my hearing is not actually the best, huh? Long story, but like, she was kind of, I could hear that you could hear through the walls. And I'm like, oh my word. She's like hearing the whole narrative, and then here, she knows kind of a little bit. She already would know what her mom wants her to say. You know what I mean? Lori was extremely manipulative and actually really scary. Miss Cray Cray. I can't remember now if we have a name for her yet.
With my biological dad, I always heard him like screaming and stuff, so I kind of just learned how to like tune it out.
So when you woke up to yelling, and you had said you weren't sure what they were actually saying, did you know who was yelling when you heard the yelling?
Yeah, I knew it was my stepdad. Well, at first I kind of didn't. Like, when you first wake up, you're kind of disoriented. And then I remembered that my stepdad was, like, coming in to take my little brother to school today, so I immediately, like, knew it was him. Mm-hmm. And then my uncle I knew was staying, so I knew that was him. And then my mom, obviously, I knew that was her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, so you stepped out of your room and you took the bat with you. Is there a reason why you took the bat with you?
Honestly, I think that was kind of just, like, first instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, I didn't ever hit him with the bat or anything like that. It was kind of just for, like, security, I guess, to know that I had it. I didn't do anything with it. In hindsight, I probably just shouldn't have brought it out at all because it caused more trouble. But it was kind of just first instinct, and it was right by my bed.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of just, like, jumped up and grabbed it.
So I'm trying not to put like words in your mouth and stuff.
You're good.
So
Shame, she's like, no, you're good. LL, if you can type like this, you're not blocked. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe just refresh your browser or something if you can't type. We're not in slow mode either, so you could type. To live under that kind of stress as a child, good grief, I know, right? We could also call Lori Miss Jolly Rancher. Jolly Rancher. Miss Jolly Rancher. Don't get me started on my pronunciation today. Unless you want me to get snarky. But she used this Jolly Rancher stuff to color her lips for her court appearance Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, that's what they use in prison. She might have actually borrowed some lipstick. I can't remember, but she, according to Larry, which was Charles Vallow's sister's husband, Larry Woodcock. He's like, she looked like a damn bimbo. Remember that?
Was there something in particular that you were concerned about that you would have taken the bat with you?
Only if he had been violent towards, like, me or my mom.
I'm assuming you're talking about your stepdad?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to take the bat and, like, do something with it. It was kind of just like, I need something in my hands to, like, feel safer.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my kind of second dumb question is, and I don't know that there necessarily is, but I always kind of want to make sure, is there anything that, we didn't talk about or I didn't ask you about or anything that you think is important or anything that I should know? Because it's harder for you because you were there, and so I'm asking questions about something I didn't even see. So I just want to make sure, like, I didn't miss something.
Okay, we're almost done with this interview. Nikki says it's sad to think that the eldest brother, who's Colby, that's Laurie's son from her second marriage, has lost his sister, younger brother, uncle, and mother. Oh my word.
Or anything that you think I should know about.
That was pretty much it.
Okay. And if you think of something, in 5 minutes and tomorrow or whatever else, we can always talk again. It's totally fine. So, I talked to your mom about, we have some victim services people that work here. They're not cops. They're really good at what they do. So I really want your mom to talk to them. Because I think it would be good that your mom has, and you guys have maybe some extra support if you need anything go moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to check in with your mom real quick, and if she's good to go, then I'm going to introduce one of them to you guys. That way you guys can talk before I take you guys back. Okay? Sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me at all?
No,
okay. If you do, let me know, okay? Okay.
She's so sweet. And yeah, this is a police officer, guys. I think some of you thought it's a psychologist. Right? Yeah, she had an older brother. But her older brother is also a stepbrother because Laurie's a mom, but it's from Laurie's second marriage. Yes. So Miss Kool-Aid, Miss Jolly Rancher. Okay, I'm quickly going to remove this and put on the next one. So now you've heard that narrative. I hope you took notes. Did you take notes, Grizzlies? Did you hear everything she said? I hope so. I've got my Grizzly notebook right here. Hope you have yours. I got to go get some more gel pens. Thank you so much to everyone who sent me PayPals and coffees for that. I really appreciate it. Now we're going to... Wait. This one is Laurie Vallow. Okay. Now we're going to look at Alex's one. So this is Alex Cox, the guy who actually shot Charles Vallow. Now pay attention to what he says. There's 2 segments we're going to watch of his. I just want to see the timestamps. From 2 minutes to 25, and then wait from 1. So there's 23 and 12. Oh my word. Hold on. Then Laurie's. Okay. So listen to what he says and compare that to later. Obviously, what Tylee says and what Laurie says. Yeah, he's not in close range.
How does it feel right now?
Sore, but not bad.
Okay. Any headaches you
Yeah,
have
half
at all
siblings.
right now? No? A little bit. Just a little bit. Okay.
Half siblings. And remember, on this day, this was from the body cam footage that we saw previously, which I think was in part 2, where Alex Cox said that Charles hit him on the head with a bat, but Charles Vallow was a semi-professional baseball player. So if you really wanted to hit him with a bat, it would have been much worse than this. So I still don't know how he injured his head. I don't know how this wound was formed. That would be interesting. Like, did he hit himself on the wall or what? What happened here? Did he hit himself with a bat? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. But he definitely shot Charles Vallow and claimed self-defense. So just horrendous, oh my word. This is the
You
brother.
feel nauseous
This
or
is
anything?
Lori's brother.
Oh, a little bit, not bad.
Okay. Do you want me to call paramedics? Check you out, or?
No, I think it's more adrenaline than anything.
Gotcha. Do you have any medical issues that might be underlying that?
Yeah, I'm slightly overweight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, join the club. Other than that, high blood pressure or anything, or
A
you
little
take
bit, not
medication
bad.
that
No,
you need to have?
no. Just,
Okay.
it was a little high in my last physical, but not.
Oh, okay.
Nothing major, no medication or anything like that.
Groovy. Okay.
Jill.
Hey, Rob, if you don't mind hanging tight, do you need another water or are you good? Oh, you got one?
I got an extra.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh. I'll be right back, Rob.
Yep. All right.
I see some of you a little bit confused. So Alex Cox is Lori's brother. He's the uncle of Tylee and JJ. And therefore the brother-in-law of Charles Vallow at this point. He'd already attacked hubby number 3, and then this was hubby number 4, and he shot him dead. So, wow. And he's like awfully calm. I mean, this is on the day. And Lori Vallow had a pool party that day. I mean, why not, be laughing and smiling when your brother shoots your 4th husband and then go and talk to the police, but then have a pool party? I mean, isn't that great? Oh, my word. Yes, this interview was right afterwards, which is so crazy, right? The one with Tylee, the one with Alex, and the one with Lori, all 3 we're looking at today, was right after Charles was shot. And then after this, pool party time. That's what Lori thought would be a great idea. Wonder if she wore the same dress. I'm just checking here, the timestamps, Alex. 2, oh yeah, okay, wait. But I did that, 2 minutes, yeah? Just keep it going. Okay. Silence. Guessing Lori won't last too long in jail. Oh, she's so obsessed with how she looks. Isn't that the worst? What's up, Amy? How can Lori even think that? I know. Sorry, Hey.
Okay. What's the cell phone number for you?
Hold on.
Out on
Yeah.
Cherie Street?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So,
She tended to bring the brother in every time. It's like Lori manipulated him a lot. She did a lot of inappropriate things with him too, apparently, according to Alex's first wife.
you working right now?
I'm off this week.
They would simulate sex acts, like he would pick her up, she would wrap her legs around him and bounce her up and down, and then the two of them would be moaning as if they're having sex right in front of his wife. So the wife only stuck around for 45 months, she says, until she was like, this is a freaking weird family, I'm getting out of here. So Lori and Alex had a very weird relationship.
Okay. Well, where do you work at? What do you do for them?
I drive a truck. Mostly hauling has waste.
Okay.
Exactly.
What's the cell phone number for you? Okay. What about Soch?
Glad to have you here, Jennifer. What's up? Look at him, he's so chilled. He's just sitting there like,
Okay.
what?
I have very little understanding or knowledge of what happened.
So listen,
Patrol
carefully.
kind of, Rob, or the officer that talked to you out there, it kind of turns into the phone game. So, you know what I mean? When they go, yeah, this is what he says, but they're kind of rambling through it real fast. And same with your sister. Your sister's name is Lori or Lauren?
Lori.
L-O-R-I. L-O-R-I? Okay. So the big thing that I want to do is just make sure that we have all the details accurate and factual. So, because kind of some of the information we got from patrol didn't really match up what Lori told us compared to. So walk me through what happened today.
Well, I stayed the night at my sister's.
Okay.
We were planning to go do something fun
fun day. We hadn't really decided. I was thinking maybe I was gonna take her to the range.
Okay.
Or go do something.
Okay.
I don't know, take JD to some water park or movies or whatever.
I mean, doesn't it just sound dandy? He's like, I'm just going to stay over for the night knowing Charles is coming tomorrow because, oh, the next day we could just go to a water park or something. I mean, I don't know. He has literally no idea what else he's supposed to do beyond shooting Charles Vallow, in my opinion. Okay, I got to be careful. I word all this, but he's dead. Charles Vallow died. Oh my word. I really just want justice for Charles Vallow. Like, he's just like, oh yeah, I was just there. But Lori tells a completely different story. So just listen to what Alex says about why he's even staying there that night. Why are you staying at Lori's house? I mean, Tylee said he's staying in the guest room across from her room. What are you doing there? He's like, oh yeah, I was just there, just chilling, hanging out, water park or something. Nothing specific, really.
So I stayed there last night, and this morning Charles showed up. And I don't know what started it.
And Charles is your brother-in-law. He and Lori are married.
Yes.
Okay.
So he showed up. He was following her and yelling. And then I got between them. And then Tylee came out with her bat. And
Charles was the stepdad of Tylee, yes. And JJ.
I'd separated for a minute, and then my sister walked around me there in the living room. And then Charles was following Lori and yelling. And Tylee told him to get back. She took her bat like that and shoved him, and he took the bat away. And I said, what are you doing? And I got between him, and then he hit me. And I just went down, and when I got up, he was still yelling. And so I went into the bedroom where I was staying, grabbed my gun, and I came back.
Okay.
And told him to put the gun down, or the bat down. And he came.
No, Alex, you slipped up right there. He told me to put the gun down. I mean the bat. Did you see that? I mean, this is friggin' ridiculous. I just wish there could be, I don't know what they could do for justice for Charles, but even just to name him as a murderer beyond his death would be great. Listen to it.
Following her and yelling. And then I got between them. And then Tylee came out with her bat. And I'd separated for a minute, and then my sister walked around me there in the living room. And then Charles was following Lori and yelling. And told him to get back. She took her bat like that and shoved him, and he took the bat away. And I said, what are you doing? And I got between him, and then he hit me. And I just went down, and when I got up, he was still yelling. And so I went into the bedroom where I was staying, grabbed my gun, and I came back.
Okay.
And told him to put the gun down, or the bat down.
He literally said he went to the bedroom to fetch the gun. Told me to put the gun down. I mean the bat. Is he telling him? What's he trying to say? He's mixing up his words here. It's just ridiculous. Like, he's lying right there. This copy's like, Oh, but what a slip up. My word. This is like literally this is the third time I'm watching this. Second or third, I was going to say, but 2.5 times. And I'm just like, oh my word. It feels nice to watch it with all you guys and see all your comments and be like, look at this. Otherwise, Mr. Grizzly has to hear it all. Look at this. He's like, what?
And he came to me and was saying, what are you going to do? Like that? And come to me with the bat? I said, put it down. He wouldn't. He came at me, so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
So when that argument first started between Lori and Charles, where in the house were they?
I don't know.
Okay. Where did you first?
I was in my bedroom.
Okay, so you were in your bedroom, and you heard the argument.
When they came right towards me.
Okay, so they were coming down the hallway towards the bedroom? Yes. Okay, so you hear the argument, you step out, what's the first thing that you see?
Because that's normal, Alex. You're in your bedroom, Tylee's apparently in hers, and then you know what Lori's going to do? Ooh, she's going to run down the passage so that she could fight there. It's ridiculous.
Charles chasing after Lori and yelling.
Okay. Had Tylee already gotten the bat? No. Did he already have the bat? Okay. No. So Charles is coming towards Lori.
He's coming towards Lori, and I shoved him back.
Okay.
And I said, what are you doing? Because he's coming at her aggressively.
Okay.
He's a big dude, so he's not gonna hurt my sister.
Okay. So he's coming at her.
Yeah.
And you shoved him back.
Yeah.
What happened right after that? And that's I'm sorry to
he,
interrupt you.
he got back up and he comes right to me, doesn't look at me, and continues to yell at Lori.
Okay.
So he's maybe this far away.
Are you in the hallway of the house, or
right close to the doorway of that bedroom?
Of the bedroom you were staying?
Yes.
Okay. So you're right near the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So then, I don't remember why, he backed up.
Can't remember why, huh?
My sister came around behind me.
Okay, let's fill in the blanks for him. I can't remember why he backed up. You mean because you're pointing a gun at him at that point? Sir, my word. Heidi was saying you want to know about her childhood, Lori's childhood. Me too. What I do know, I shared in part 1, is that her dad worked in life insurance. So that's very interesting how she took all that, and just twisted it her whole life. She was just her whole life after life insurance. And Charles actually worked in insurance. So I find that interesting. I still want to look at what each husband did. I'd love to know what their careers were, because if they all kind of worked in insurance and investments, that'll be very interesting. Then I want to know more about her dad. And they do say like, oh, no, we don't know anything about the dad. We don't even know his name. I mean, his name was a pretty easy find on Google search, but apparently all the articles are like, we don't even know his name. They only interviewed the mom and the sister from what I've seen, and her brother. Actually, mom, sister, and brother. Yeah, she's got another brother. And no dad inside. So I'm like, what's up with the dad? Huh? I'd love to know more about him too. So yes. I've looked at Lori's mother, not deep dive, but it's all very interesting.
And they ended up in the living room, and then while they're on the way to the living room, Tylee comes out of her bedroom, which is adjacent to the one I was staying.
The living room is the dancing room.
Okay.
Yelling at Charles. Actually, she was behind Charles at first, and then she cut around in front of him in the living room.
Okay. So he then went back towards the living room?
Yes.
After you shoved him. Did he fall to the ground when you shoved him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he falls to the ground, he gets back up, you're blocking between him and Lori.
Yes.
And he basically is talking past you, still yelling at Lori.
Yes, exactly.
What's he saying?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, now he doesn't even know what he's saying. I don't know, I don't remember. You mean he's screaming like, don't you dare shoot me, or what? Yes, Marjorie, we covered this in part 1. I hope you'll check it out if you didn't yet. He was suing the IRS, and he's part of the LDS Church. Nothing wrong with that. But it would be interesting just to know a little bit more about him. Just study the psychology. If you guys have ever read any of my books, I love that. I love looking at the backgrounds.
So, as you're standing there between them, what happened right after that? Is that when Tylee came out with her back?
No, he backed up.
Okay.
He yelled something, and then he backed up, and then Lori went by me and around me in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So he backed up, I had cleared the doorway. So then she came around, and then Charles was behind her, pursuing her again aggressively.
Okay.
Tylee came out, yelled at him with the bat.
Okay. And are you guys in the living room then, or still in the hallway?
It starts in the hallway and then goes to the living room.
Okay.
So Tylee gets around him in the living room, he stops. Tylee goes around to the front of him.
He's starting to draw it. He's
tells him
like,
to
wait,
back
what?
off.
What I find it easiest to do in situations
Yes, just draw that.
just kind of draw like a rough floor plan.
Sure.
He's like, cool, let me draw it out for you, bro. Oh my word.
So we'll make this the living room.
Yes, this is another reason, exactly.
All right, and then this is the hallway.
Okay.
And then this is the kitchen.
What's up, Stephanie?
So Tylee's bedroom is here, my bedroom is here, and then the living room is here.
Okay, we just put living room on there so I know, and then you said that's kitchen.
Yeah.
And then.
Exactly. She did. This is. Yes, she got the God complex when she was with Charles. So they look at things differently.
Okay. Is this area of the house where all of this incident was focused at? Okay.
Yep. And then there's another bedroom here. This is JJ's bedroom.
Okay. So you first get involved when they're down by your room.
They come all the way in. She comes in the room and he comes right here, and I stopped him right here.
Okay, so she came into your room.
Yeah.
Okay. So she comes into your room. He's coming at her aggressively, and that's when you pushed him.
Yep.
So you push him down.
Yep.
And then he gets back up.
Yep.
And
then he yells, and then he backs up.
Okay.
And then Lori goes around him, and they're still going at it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Tylee comes out when she hears what's going on. She has her bat.
Okay. Is it a metal bat?
Yeah, it's
plastic
a
bat.
aluminum bat.
Okay.
I mean, you can already tell between Tylee's story and this story, it's just like, what is going on? That makes no sense. Lori goes past Alex and past Charles. I mean, Lori's movements, the way that Tylee describes it, and the way that Lori describes it, the way that Alex, it just makes no sense. It's just Lori's like running around everywhere, but yet she's also there all the time. I mean, horrible.
So she comes at him because she's tiny, so that's like her thing.
I mean, he's laughing now.
She wants to help defend her mom.
Okay.
So she comes at him, and then
and they've already moved back towards the living room.
So they're going this way.
Okay.
Exactly.
So Lori's here, Tylee's here, Charles is here. I'm here. Tylee goes at him with the bat. Then.
Barry's still alive, isn't he? Apparently, allegedly, but no one really knows. They're not talking about it. But I couldn't find any like death records or anything like that. So, hey, if you guys know, where is he? What's up with him? Let me know. But he would probably be in his 70s now, I think.
He takes the bat away from her, and I step towards him, and he turned around and cracked me.
Is that foot danger that's caused on your head? Okay.
Well, there was some shoving first, and I got spun around.
Okay.
And then popped. So I go back here, grab my gun, and come back out. He's still yelling and threatening me.
Okay.
And then, so I was standing here, and he was there.
Okay. So you're standing right there. He's right here.
He's there.
And you said, what happened? What happened when you came out with the gun?
I said, put that bat down.
Have you guys noticed that he rubs his nose like that every time he's about to lie? Or every time he just did lie? Well, that's a little poker face tick he's got going on there.
He's like, what are you going to do?
What's up, Lorraine?
So you're going to threaten me? I was like, no, I'm just going to defend myself. So you put that bat down. And he goes, what are you going to do it like that? And he came at me.
Okay.
And he'd already hit me in the head.
Okay. So he came at you at the bat. What was he doing with the bat when he came at you?
It was in his right hand like this.
Okay. So he's holding it low and he's coming at
you?
Okay. So you gave him, how many times would you say you told him to like put the bat down?
Once.
Once? Okay. And then he started advancing towards you?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
How many shots did you fire?
I don't know. A couple.
Okay.
How many shots did you fire? This is a gun guy. He owned a lot of guns. He liked guns. That's how Lori described him. How many shots did you fire? I don't know. Couple. Yeah, literally 2. He's unbelievable. Oh my word.
Tylee and your sister?
I didn't see him, so I don't know where they were.
Yeah, Lori's dancing room.
Where's JJ at during all this?
He's already out in the car.
Okay, so he's sitting out in the car.
I think.
Okay.
But you seem to know.
You think or understand, you're not sure where they were.
Correct.
He's in the corner of the living room.
They were no longer in the room.
Okay.
When I come back out.
Okay. So they're out of the room, so it's just you and him.
Yes.
And he basically comes at you with the bat.
Yeah.
You tell him to put it down.
Yeah.
He's what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And what'd you tell him?
I didn't say anything. He's coming at me, and I'm holding the gun.
Okay.
If you're gonna attack someone with a gun, you gotta be ready for the repercussions.
Oh my word.
So I just want to make sure.
And there's the premeditated. If you're going to attack someone with a gun, you're just going to have to deal with the repercussions. Be shot in the chest, die? Like the repercussions might be shooting the wall, scaring someone. Warning shot. No. If you're going to attack someone with a gun, you're just going to have to deal with the repercussions, he said. Okay then, dude.
Yeah. He basically, you had said earlier that he had the bat.
Yeah.
And he asked, like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And you had already told him to put the bat down, and then he just came at you, and you shot him.
Yep.
Okay. And you're thinking a couple times?
Interesting.
It was more than one shot.
Okay. So more than one shot. What kind of gun was it?
45.
Okay. What make?
It's a Springfield XDM.
Okay. So it's an XDM.
Almost point blank into his chest, doesn't know. Also, he shot him allegedly once when Charles was standing up. When he fell to the ground after the first shot, apparently the evidence shows he shot him standing above him. So like, I have no idea how many shots, a couple. Yeah, okay.
45.
Yeah.
What type of ammo were you carrying in it, do you know?
Just standard.
Like full metal jacket?
Yeah.
Target shooting? Okay.
Yeah.
So you fire a couple times.
Yeah.
You don't know where they're at.
They're gone.
They're gone. What happened right after that?
Right after that, I went to the kitchen and rinsed my hands off because I had blood on the back of my head, and then
rinsed my hands off. because I had blood on the back of my head. Were you touching your head with both hands and holding the gun? That makes no sense.
I went back into the room and put the gun down and grabbed my phone, and then went back into the kitchen and called 911.
Okay. And then, did you see your sister and Tylee again? Did they come back in or not?
Not till they drove up.
Okay. So then they drove up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they drove up outside.
Gotcha.
I don't know how the police didn't see this was murder. I don't
What's
know.
going on with,
Such a question.
with Charles and Lori? I mean, does he live?
Oh, it bugs me so much how the police didn't see this was murder. And even now, like, what? Especially with his previous jail time. Like, what?
There?
No.
Okay. So where's he living now?
He lives in Houston.
Okay. For work, or are they separated, or?
Separated and for work.
Okay. So both. How long have they been
split
separated?
Up, January.
Okay. So 6 months or so, 6, 7 months?
Yeah. He's had some pretty erratic behavior since that split up.
Okay.
He came and threatened me and Tylee at my house I don't remember in February or March or whatever.
Okay.
And there was a little confrontation mostly between Tylee and Charles.
Were the police involved in that one?
No. Okay. No. I was just supervising to make sure that he didn't hurt her.
Okay.
And the last time he supervised with a little custody exchange was with Joseph Ryan. And Alex over here ended up in jail for a bit. Because he was attacking Joseph Ryan with a stun gun. Stun gun. Stun. I always want to say stunt. Stun gun. He even made a joke about it. Remember that? When we saw his comedy show? He said he tasered him in the nuts. Like, wow, dude. He was proud of it. He thought it's funny. Like, let's add this to my comedy skit.
So, was he working out of state before January? Or?
He always has worked out of state.
Okay, so he always works out of state. What's he do for a living?
He does annuities.
Okay. So, what was he in town for today? Does he come into town often, or?
Occasionally to see JJ.
Okay. Is he JJ and Tylee's dad?
He's JJ's dad. Well, actually, Lori he's Charles's nephew. He's his niece's kid.
JJ.
If you guys do not understand exactly how JJ fits into the picture, please watch part 1 and 2 because I made a lot of slides for you so you can see it visually. Like literally, I know the whole mind map of the family now because I mapped it out for you guys. So go check it out if you didn't. But yes, he's trying to explain it here. You see?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was a meth addict and they adopted
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So they adopted JJ, yeah. But Tylee is not.
Not his.
Okay.
So he would be a stepdad, I guess.
Okay, so stepdad. When's the last time he's been in town, or when's the last time you've seen him?
Last time I saw him was at my house in February, March.
Okay. Was he here last night? Did you guys have any interactions
no,
last night?
No.
Is there any history of domestic violence between Lori and Charles?
Not physically that I know of.
Okay. So, how old is Charles?
60, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. How old's your sister?
44 or 5.
Okay.
Is it sad that I don't know?
I have to do the math.
Oh, let's laugh it up, shall
it's
we?
hard enough remembering my own age.
Right.
Yes, it's comedy time, isn't it?
After 45, who cares?
Oh my word.
Is there anything else that you could think of that I didn't ask about that I need to know right now?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Oh no, he actually gets it wrong.
Did Lori ever say, like in the last?
Oh my word, Alex actually gets it wrong how JJ is biologically related to Charles. So for anyone who doesn't know, JJ was Charles Vallow's sister's son's son. And then her name is Kay Woodcock. She's married to Larry Woodcock. They adopted JJ for a bit, and then they asked Charles if he would adopt JJ, him and Lori, because JJ was on the autism spectrum and he needed a lot of attention, stimulation. So they decided this was a great idea, right? And Lori and Charles were like, absolutely. And I mean, Lori actually didn't care. So I don't even know why she's like, absolutely. It's like, it's just horrible. But that's how he's related, yes.
Couple of days that Charles was coming to town?
Yeah, she said he was coming to pick up JJ.
Okay. So you guys were expecting him to show up today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
Yikes,
knew,
Spacey.
it wasn't like he just showed up unexpectedly.
No, it wasn't a
Okay.
surprise or anything.
Word.
But you don't know what they were arguing or
No.
fighting about?
His behavior was a surprise, but him showing up was not a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Let me just walk you through my understanding of it.
Yeah.
To make sure that I'm accurate. You were in your room.
Yeah.
Had you even gotten up and like been out of your room this
Yeah,
morning?
brushing my teeth.
Okay. So you're in your room, you hear.
I'm just on the phone, and then I just hear them coming around the hall quick.
Had you seen Charles before or like that morning?
No.
Okay, so you hear them arguing.
Yep.
And
First time I see him is at the doorway.
at your door.
And I shove him back.
So Lori comes into your room.
Yep.
You're in your room.
Yep.
You get up at the doorway and basically get between him and Lori.
Yep.
You push Charles back.
Yep.
He probably fell down to the ground or did fall to the ground.
He stumbled back.
Okay. So he stumbles back. He comes right back up
Yep.
and he's talking past you,
Yes.
still yelling at Lori.
Yes.
But you don't know what he was yelling at.
I don't remember.
Okay. So at some point in time, Charles backs up. Lori comes out and they both go around you and towards the living room.
Yes.
Tylee
Right.
comes out of her room with a bat.
Yeah.
And basically they've made their way into the living room.
Yes.
So Tylee pokes her dad in the back.
In the front, in the
In the
chest.
front. Okay, so
Or stomach,
she's
yeah.
come around this
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so she's come around.
So this is Tylee, and that's Charles.
Okay, so she pokes him in the bat
Yeah.
or in the chest with the bat.
Yeah.
You know how many times about or
Just once, and
Just
just
once.
grab the gun too.
so he grabs the bat, takes it away. You come towards him.
Yeah.
And then what happened right after that?
He shoved me and spun me around.
Okay.
And
I mean, there's so many details now, Jen.
right in the back of the head.
Cracked you in the back of the head. He
Yeah.
hit you one time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go back to your room.
I stumbled forward, yeah, and then I went back.
Yeah, he's
Did you
excited
fall
right
to the
now.
ground when you got hit with the bat?
No, my head bounced.
Okay. So you go back to your room.
Yeah.
Get the gun.
Yeah.
So his head bounced, but the front of his head, there's nothing, no injury, no bruising, no nothing. The back, no swelling. I mean, just this little cut, a little bit of bleeding, pet. It's just ridiculous, right? Hello, Erin. It's so nice to see you. And thank you so much to all my members who are here. Everyone whose name is in green is a Grizzly official channel member. So welcome to all my members, to all my patrons, especially welcome to those of you, oh my word, who are members and patrons. That's amazing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Let's continue.
Come back to the living room.
Yeah.
Now, Tylee and Lori are gone.
Yeah.
And
It's just me and Charles in the living room.
okay. And Charles, what's he doing again?
He's got the bat,
Okay.
and he's looking at me, and he's going, "Whoa." And I told him that, I said, Charles, put that bat down. And he goes, what are you going to do about it?
How were you holding the gun when that happened?
Holding the
Okay,
bat
so
down.
you pointed at him.
Yeah.
You tell him, Charles, put the gun down,
Yeah.
or put the bat down.
Mhm.
And what did he say?
He's like, what are you going to do about it?
Okay.
And then comes at me.
Okay. And then you fire a couple times.
Yeah.
But you're not sure how many. You know it was more than one.
I'm pretty sure it was two.
Two? Okay, 2 shots. Where were you aiming on his body?
Just center.
Okay, so you're pretty sure 2 shots center mass.
Yeah.
He falls to the ground. You don't see Lori or Tylee anymore.
Correct.
You go to the kitchen, grab a rag for your head,
Yeah, toss some paper towels and wash my hands off.
and then go back to your room, put the gun down,
Yeah.
grab your phone,
Yeah.
come back to the kitchen and call in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they walked me through. I tried to do CPR.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
Anything else that you can think of?
Then they walked me through. I tried to do CPR. No, you didn't. We all heard it. If you didn't hear it, remember to watch part 1 and 2. You know?
That I need to know, or that's important to this?
That's all there is.
Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to know.
Okay, so we're going to go to the next bit now, because now they leave him alone in the room for quite some time. Mountain kayaker, you definitely need to catch up. We all know this guy's he's dead. We know the timeline. Please go watch part 1 and 2. Yeah, there's literally no point in saying that because we know he's dead. He just dropped dead one day after Tylee Daybell her body was exhumed. It's ridiculous timing for natural causes. My word, this case is crazy. So let's just see as they leave here.
I'm gonna get a tech out here to take some photographs of you if you're okay with that.
That's fine.
So if you want to hang tight for me, you need the restroom or anything?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, hang tight for me. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go have somebody take us
Thank you,
photographs
cult
of your
member.
bed.
Yeah.
this back in there.
For your super sticker. Thank you so much. So they're going to leave him here now. Okay, just hold on. I'm just going to tick a box here. Tick this. I've got all my notes here. Okay, hold on. So I just want to show you quickly how he sits here. He's interesting to watch. Look, he's like, yeah, totally. Nailed that one. Nailed it. Look at this guy. He's actually really good at doing nothing. Trigger warning, you almost see his butt crack in the next bit. Trigger warning, everyone. You're about to see his butt crack. Not now. Yeah. Aaron Olsen, you're just hanging out with your crime-obsessed pals. That's all of us. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he literally sits like this from this point, which is at 26 minutes, all the way to 1 hour 14. He sits like this. He like literally, it's ridiculous how he can actually do nothing. Look at him. I mean, Laurie closes his eyes. We'll see afterwards. But so I'm going to skip forward now. So this would be, there is like, yes. So this is silence up to 1:14. She's right here.
And while she's getting set there, I'll just ask you some questions about it. So I see you got this on your, is that from today?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got something on the back of your head. Do you have any other injuries? You feel any bruising anywhere else?
I don't feel anything.
Okay.
He's like, I don't feel anything. But I think he means it emotionally too. He's just like, I don't feel anything. Yes, Erin, my wonderful friends. Yes, sorry, I keep forgetting to say this. The third husband was cremated. Like right after. This is the third husband, Joe Ryan. Oh my word.
Might have you take your shirt off. I'll take a quick look and see if you can.
Butt crack warning.
Back there.
Waits for the crack.
Your head. Are you okay to stand up?
Sure.
Okay.
We're waiting for that crack attack.
And then I can drain my bladder after this? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna drain my bladder, man.
Face me first.
What's that?
Oh, because this is funny time now. So Alex was cremated. Joe was cremated. What about Charles Vallow? Huh? That's the one I don't actually know if he was cremated or not. If he was also, oh my word. Look at this guy. He thinks it's comedy hour. He's like, oh yeah, look at me.
Face me first.
Oh.
Basically, I'm going to do a set of overall photographs, and then we'll do your injuries one by one, okay?
So compliant right now.
And then I'll swab your hands, and it won't take that long. Just look right at me.
Mm-hmm.
Time to get snarky. It's in the police reports. Do your research. Yeah, I started covering this case literally 10 days ago, and I think I've done a pretty good job at the research so far. I'm asking now for some feedback from the audience, which is always nice to get some feedback as well. But thanks for the comment.
Yeah, were you, these are clothes you were wearing at the time of everything?
Okay, look right at me.
That guy's like making small talk. Are these the clothes you were wearing?
With your whole body.
Time to take that shirt off.
Face the wall, so your back.
Prepare for the butt crack.
Turn to your right. Okay, face me again. All right, and then if
You know what's sad when you're posing for photographs and you don't have a good side?
and put your hands like this.
This is not comedy hour, bro. Look at this guy. You know what's sad is when people taking photographs and you don't have a good side. Oh my word.
Okay, lower them just a little bit so you're tilted down more.
Okay.
So you're like this, tilt.
Oh, hands tilted.
He doesn't.
All right.
He's trying to tilt. Look at him.
Turns out we can move the camera around.
Okay, and then palms up.
LL, you're like, gee, not you. But even at me, even if it's at me or anyone, do your research. No passive aggressive energy here, people. Let's tone it down. We love you. Please stay. Let's tone that. Let's snark down, even though I'm snarking right now. Yeah, what's vibes? I know. Did you also, guys? When I saw this, I'm like, oh my word! It's just like I'm like reliving the Watts case. But at least Watts wasn't laughing, right? Look at this guy. He thinks it's really funny time, which is probably because he's feeling uncomfortable, but still. Yeah, kindness rocks always.
Okay, so I'm gonna swab your hands right now,
Sure.
just so that
Yeah.
I'm not manipulating.
He's like, okay,
And then,
yeah.
Yeah, as soon as she's all done here, I'll get you into, next we'll take some pictures of each of your injuries. We'll check your back out and then let you go use the restroom. And I'll get
Yeah,
you
he's
new
doing that
water.
little
Or
nose
do you
rub
want
thing he
soda or
does.
anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Water would be good after, but
Okay.
not before.
Face nasty.
What's that?
Face nasty.
He's already had so much water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is the thing. Alex was a serial killer of people outside his family. Oh my word. Alex was a serial killer of people outside his family. Well, and then until it turned into the family, right? Well, LL, it's Snarky Saturday, isn't it?
I
You
am
guys
a
know
full
it.
service shop.
Look at his injury here, guys. Look at it. You can see he wasn't hit with a baseball bat. Like, I want to know how this injury happened. That's what I want to know.
Maybe I'm feeling sick. No, I've been sick.
Knowing her, I'm gonna go with sick.
You never know. We all have a little piece of everything in us, right?
No, around
His
here we
butt's
come
coming.
in contact with so
You
many
waiting for
different
his
people.
butt?
And then everyone's
It's
got
gonna be
kids.
happening.
Yes.
And then you next thing you know, one person's sick, and it could be the middle of summer when there's nothing going around. And within a week, everyone's sick.
Yeah.
This is more just so I don't have my DNA on your
Nose rub boy.
need to have that mixed in there.
Yeah, he didn't play well with others. Mm-hmm.
I miss the old days when I wasn't in the office. I was out in the field.
Just letting you guys know, we do have a sense of humor on this channel. Sometimes people ridicule that. Well, it's true crime. Yeah, right now, while we're wasting time here, just waiting for Alex to. I can see you guys all waiting for the butt crack moment. No, let's just keep watching this. But this snark was good. Where is it now, Rick? Wait. You said, did it hit him bald? Apparently. Apparently, it hit him so hard. His hair all fell out. Wow.
Then I knew that I only had to deal with the people I was coming in contact with, not all this going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you didn't miss it, Heidi. We're building up. The suspense is
your
building
house
for that butt crack.
No, I live in
No butt cock.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Yes, it would be. It would be purple and swollen, and there's nothing. Look at that.
I was like, that's a pretty nice neighborhood. I've never been
wonder
in
how he
neighborhood
made that
ever
mark.
before.
1507421.
amazing.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for becoming a member.
I had to sit forever to try to get a code to get inside.
I took Google Maps and I'm like, you're still not taking me where I need to go.
Everything south of Queen Creek is like that down there. When they built all those neighborhoods in the early
Thank you, Matt Kinnon.
2000s, it was more
Oh,
aesthetically
we're going to see
pleasing.
butt cracks. I'm
It was
warning you.
circular and the roads didn't go straight.
Meandered and nobody could get in or out
Yeah.
without a Sherpa.
I grew up in the North Valley where everything's straight lines.
Mm-hmm. True,
and not
Caroline.
down there.
Yeah, there's no injury on the head. It's like a blood mark. It's almost like, I don't know, like he put the barrel of the gun on the back of his head and let the blood drip down or something weird. Tell us when to close our eyes. Should I bring out the nerdy bunny?
Relax it.
The crack's coming up, people. Yeah, my bunny's right here. My little trigger warning bunny. Trigger warning, people. We're going to see some butt crack.
How far out in St. Tent are you?
Cones and Ironwood.
Okay.
Sarah Adams
They
popped
finally
his
finished
head.
Cones and Rigs. It connects.
He had that cyst
Wow,
going
about
on.
time.
15 years too late.
Yeah.
Oh, my word,
It's
this
been
guy.
Rittenhouse for a month to do that exchange of Cones and Rittenhouse.
Uh-huh.
You know, where it's a stupid
Yeah.
one lane left turn. thing.
Yeah, if you want to go up to the pork shop.
So they shut that down for a month to do this.
The naughty bunny.
redo on this road.
Yeah, the naughty bunny tells when things are about to get naughty. He's joking. I know.
Of course,
His colors
the
are
one
shining. He
area
thinks it's
where,
comedy night.
Most of the tourist traffic for over in there is.
I can't believe how you
worst
guys are just
traffic.
waiting for that
Oh, yeah,
butt crack. Okay, so they're taking photos. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
going to go to it. And then 145. So here.
That's
I think it's here. Wait.
I think so.
Yeah, explain it.
No. It's coming up. You guys will barely want to see the butt crack. Yeah. There we go.
Little red right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like his back goes straight into his butt.
Just want to show. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take
Sure.
a photo that there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I don't see any.
Okay, and then face me.
Obviously, if you later on realize or feel you got a bruise forming, it may not be visible now, let us know and we'll get a photograph of that.
Okay.
Okay, so
He's
like
like,
I
no,
said, your
no,
neck's
but-
pretty red, but that's normal, right?
What's up?
Piggy
I
bank.
just want to make sure, so you're pretty.
Yeah,
red
that's
there.
more from driving when the sun's always on my neck.
Sun,
Yeah.
okay.
You guys are
Never get
funny.
enough shade.
No.
Driving the truck.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so
That's it?
that's all I need, right?
Come on, let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Look at him. He's like a little kid there. He's like, yes, look at this. One more time, everyone.
Let's see. Spin
Normally
around.
a little red right here.
Yeah.
Okay, just normal, okay.
I mean, why would he be a little red over there?
Just
It's from
wanna check.
tanning.
I'm just
Look at
gonna
the
take
sun.
a photo that there's nothing there.
Yeah.
No, I don't see any.
Okay, and then face me.
Obviously, if you later on realize or feel you got a bruise forming, it may not be visible now, let us know and we'll get a photograph of that.
Okay.
Look at now. He goes, yes.
Okay.
Look at him.
So like I said, your neck's pretty red, but that's normal, right?
What's up?
I just want to make sure, so you're pretty.
Yeah,
red
that's
there.
more from driving when the sun's always on my
It's just
neck.
the sun,
Yeah.
okay.
You can't
Just
ever
wanna
get
make
enough
sure.
shade.
No.
Driving the truck.
All right,
Oh.
so
That's
that's all I need. Right?
You can't get enough shade driving that truck. Oh, but the shade is all here today, people. You're going to get so much shade, dude.
Come on, let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because we're 5 years old now. Yes. Look, guys, nothing wrong with being excited and being like, yes, but just the way he does it is like, yes, awesome, water park time type of thing, you know? Whew, okay, so there was that. Wait, so there was at 1:45. Wait, he does talk again. 1:45 to 1:57. So here's the second part. And then we'll move to Lori's.
Back about 3 weeks ago, she was saying something about
Round
Charles
two.
texting your other brother. Is it Andy?
Adam?
Adam? Do you know anything about that? Okay.
No.
So I'll kind of walk through an order.
Sure.
When the
Yeah.
argument initially came your way, you said you were on the phone?
No.
Okay, you were just in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said
Not a week. He was not dead a week later. He died in December 12th, 2019. This was in July. This was 11th of July. So July, August, September, October, November, December. 5 months later.
you were on the phone.
No.
So you weren't on the phone with anybody?
No, my
You
phone
were-
was in that room.
Okay, your phone was in the room, so were you?
Yeah.
And then they came your way?
Yeah.
And then you're not sure where Lori and Tylee were when you came
When
back?
I came
with
back
the
out,
gun?
that's correct.
Okay.
Now he's
Where
always
was your gun
confident.
at in the room?
It was in my bag in a case at the foot of the bed. So the
Okay.
bed was here.
He's very eager to
and
show
the
where
gun was here in
he's.
the case.
Where
Okay,
his
inside
gun
like a
is.
duffel bag or something?
Yeah, it was like a zip, a little orange bag.
Okay.
And then my case was in there.
Okay, is it the hard plastic?
Yeah, the hard
case?
plastic with the foam and the extra clips and everything.
Okay. Is there a
The copy's like, okay, and then. Heidi, I also wish that Robert McMullen was here. He's not feeling too well today, so he said he'll catch up later. Yes, we wish Robert lots of energy, positive energy.
reason you spent the night there last night?
No, not really.
Look at him. Wait.
Just hang.
You guys have to remember this. Is there a reason that you spent the night there last night? And he says, no, not really. Now, please remember that for when we're going to watch Lori's interview, okay?
Yeah, we were gonna hang out today.
Okay. Did your sister ever tell you she was concerned for her safety or well-being for Charles coming there?
No,
Okay.
but watching him interact with her, I was.
Okay. So, do you normally carry a gun with you?
Yeah.
Douche
Okay.
mark.
But you didn't have it on your person during this?
No.
Okay. When we talked about Tylee basically having the bat, Charles taking the bat
Yeah.
away from Tylee, you said there was a struggle after that.
Yeah.
What happened?
I grabbed
to
him
the
from
best-
behind,
Okay.
and then we went to the ground,
I agree.
and then
Yeah, this bunny
And
will
then we
never be the
separated.
same again.
and he hit me, and then that's when I
What?
left.
Okay. So you grabbed him from behind,
Yeah.
and how come you grabbed him from behind?
Because he was in front of me, and he was going after Tylee with the bat.
What was he doing with the bat?
He just grabbed it from her, and then I jumped in. I don't know what he was
Okay.
with it.
Watch it twice.
So he was going after Tylee with
Yes,
the bat,
yes.
and you grabbed him from behind,
Yes.
around the neck, or
Over the shoulder like this.
okay. You grabbed him from behind.
Yeah.
You pulled him back, and you guys
I
both
pulled him
went
back,
to
we
the
both
ground.
went to the ground, yeah.
Okay. Did you see him swing the bat at you?
No.
Okay. So you pulled him to the ground, you got back up.
I got back up, he hit me in the back of the head. I don't know if it was with the bat or not. I assumed it was.
Okay.
Because he had it.
Okay. So he hit you at the back of the head.
Yeah.
He literally earlier said that it was Tylee's bat and she came out the room with the bat first. Now he's like, well, I'm assuming it was his because he had it. I mean, do you want to lie in 1 hour, dude? Like within an hour? Oh my word. Lee Jane says, so happy to see Douche Canoe still being used. Douche Canoe is something I believe that Inks came up with and actually made some NFT art for. It's actually really funny. Follow us on Twitter if you want to see a whole bunch of stuff that tweet and retweet of each other's. There's a really cool Twitter gang growing there. And that's mostly where you get all the latest updates. Anyway, moving along.
And you go to the room.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know where Lori or Tylee are when you go back.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Okay. You come back from the room.
Yeah.
And you basically get you initial or mark kind of here on this corner.
Yeah.
That you're basically at the corner of the living room.
Well, this is a hallway here, so there's like a wall here that divides the kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm somewhere in this area.
Okay. And he's in the living room.
Yes.
And
yeah, the
he
family
still has
assessor.
the bat.
Yes.
Is he now focused at you, or is he
Yes.
focused at Lori?
He's
Or
focused at me.
Okay.
He's yelling at me, and then he moves towards me.
What was he saying to you? Do you remember?
Not really.
I think so too.
Okay.
I just remember yelling.
Okay.
And then I was watching more body language, and when someone aggressively comes at you.
Okay. Are you?
Oh, now he's a body language expert. It was a wiffle ball bat. Oh my word.
Do you have your CCW?
Yeah.
Okay. So you.
Yeah, he changed your story
he's
again.
Basically coming at you and he's yelling. You're watching his body language.
Yeah.
And you said you told him, and I didn't. When we're talking, I'm trying to not take notes and listen to what you're saying.
I'm trying to calm the situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop your bat, and he's fuck you and whatever coming at me in.
Oh, now you remember what he's saying, though. Earlier, you're like, no idea what he was saying. No idea. I know, law enforcement has to know it's odd to act like this after killing somebody. I don't understand, right? Some families have a black sheep. This family has a black op sheep. Exactly. Oh, my word. First time I heard douche canoe was True Crime Garage Podcast. Oh, my word. Oh, okay. Douche canoe. So it's actually a phrase people know. Damn.
Did you ever tell him to leave, or did you say drop the bat, or?
First, I just said drop the bat.
Okay. And then did you say anything else after that?
I didn't have time.
Okay. So he came after you with the bat.
Yeah.
He's kind of holding it in his hand.
I got his right hand.
Okay. You fire a couple times.
Right. Yep.
And then you go to the kitchen.
Correct.
And then back to the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. When you went back to the bedroom, you
lot
washed
of
your
movement.
hands.
No, wash
Or
my
I'm sorry,
hands.
wash your hands in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You put your gun back in your room.
Yep.
Where'd you set it at?
Just on the floor.
His story is just changing so much. I did not know. I don't know. I didn't know this phrase. Douche canoe. Maybe is it an American phrase or what? Douche canoe. What a douche canoe. That's British accent. Okay, my bad. Carrying on.
Okay. So you set
Then
it
we're
on
gonna
the
watch
floor.
Lori's one.
Get your phone.
Yep.
Call 911.
Yep.
And then when did you realize Lori had gone? Did you call her?
No.
Okay. So you called 911. Did you do CPR on him?
I did.
Okay.
I tried.
Okay.
No, you didn't. We all heard it.
But
Look,
you
he's
were
like,
on I must have mistaken you. I thought you said you were on the phone when
Oh, yeah, no.
did you hear them arguing about his phone?
I don't. All I heard was her say, don't touch me, and then him coming right after her.
Okay. You said that a couple months ago, Tylee was at your house and he came over. What happened? Tell me a little bit more about that.
He was going insane trying to locate Lori because Lori wasn't talking to him.
Okay.
They had split up. So he was bugging everybody in the family, blowing up their emails, phones, just sending text messages, just anything he could do to try and get somebody to tell Lori to contact him. So he was just spazzing out. So Tylee and I were
obviously looking for his kids.
He followed us and then he sped up and blocked my driveway. And he got out and ran up to me real aggressively, like he was going to do something. And he just stopped and talked. And then Tylee got out and yelled at him. And then that lasted, I don't know, 15 minutes in the front.
Okay.
A lot of screaming at Tylee at Charles, and Charles trying to leave and her not letting him because she wanted to get everything out that was bothering her.
Okay. So he didn't go after Tylee at that time?
Physically, he did not do anything.
Exactly. This is
have
it.
you spent a lot of time around Charles?
Yeah.
Is he hot-headed?
Not normally.
Okay. So have you ever, besides the argument between him and Tylee, have you ever seen him like you saw him today?
No.
Okay.
No.
How would you describe him today?
Very aggressive.
Okay.
Physically aggressive. Going after Tylee, going after Lori, going after me.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen him behave like that. I was shocked.
Okay. How long have they been together?
15 years, maybe?
Okay.
Oh, a good while.
And did they live here before?
Yeah, they lived here a couple times.
Okay.
They lived here. They lived in Austin. Then they moved. And they moved to Chandler.
Oh my
And they moved to Hawaii. And they moved
What?
back here.
Oh,
And
no,
then
no, no,
I
no.
think they split up. And then she went to live in Houston for 2 months, and I wasn't working out. So then she came back here and got a place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then he had just come back out here.
And he got a place, or she came back out here and got a place. How long ago was that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Done 2 months.
Okay. So the last couple months.
Yes.
But she never said anything about having you come over because she didn't feel safe with him or because he was showing up or anything like that. Okay.
He's like, nah. This guy. Okay, so this goes up to. We're almost
Is it
there.
normal for you?
She had expressed that he had threatened her in some email and text messages.
Okay.
Saying he was going
What a
to stop her
doofus.
or destroy her or something to that effect.
And when did she tell you that?
Oh, I don't know. A couple weeks ago when she got the text.
Okay. So that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
we talked about it, but it wasn't anything.
Gotcha.
On
So
the top of my head.
you weren't under the impression that she had you there to make
No.
sure that he was,
No.
didn't cause an issue or anything like that. And you had the gun, so you didn't bring a gun for that purpose.
I always carry it.
Okay.
Okay.
I had my other gun in the truck, and my niece just gave me a gun. I thought we'd maybe go to the shooting range because my niece
Thank you,
gave me
Tom.
a 380.
Okay.
She didn't want it anymore.
Gotcha.
So I was going to take it from my sister because she's got tiny hands. I was going to let her shoot it.
Okay.
To take it from my sister because she's got tiny hands. Okay, dude. Tom says, very crazy case. I can't imagine how much they have to process and how long this trial will be. It's going to take 30 minutes to read the charges. Yeah. Right?
Just recreational for sport, not because you
Always,
felt you needed it
target.
for
No, targets.
self-protection or anything.
No, I
Candy
never
time.
considered Charles to be violent or a threat before today.
Okay. When you grabbed him, when he was going after Tylee
Yeah.
and your sister,
Yeah.
you grabbed him around the shoulder, you yank him to the
Yeah.
ground, but you never saw him swing the bat at you at that time.
Correct.
Okay.
When
you got up,
Yeah.
what happened right after you got up?
Well, we went to the ground and separated, and then I was getting up like this, and just my head bounced.
Okay. So as you were getting up is when you
Like, that's the third different story he's told about this friggin' bat swing.
felt this right to the head. And then you got up. What did you do? Did you go?
I just went straight to the room.
Okay.
Because I said, hey, this needs to calm down.
Okay.
And that's what I was hoping would happen.
So when you got back with the gun, you were assuming that he was gonna.
I thought he would back down at that point.
Okay.
But he did not.
And he didn't.
He did not.
Okay.
This guy.
Anything else you could think of that I need to know that we haven't talked about?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. You don't need any medical attention for your head?
I'd like to get that cut cleaned up.
Okay. I think we're almost done,
Yeah.
so if we're almost done, we'll probably get you and Lori and Tylee back to the house. You won't be able to go in.
Yeah.
He's like,
because
yeah.
We're working on this
Sure.
as a scene.
Absolutely.
How did the injury on your arm happen?
I'm guessing somewhere in the tussle.
Okay. Were there any strikes thrown besides you getting hit in the back of the head?
No, just me shoving him.
Okay. And that was initial in the bedroom.
That was when exactly.
Okay.
That's when I got involved.
Okay.
That sounds like a
And
lie.
the
to
only
me.
other time we got physical with anybody
it's
is
all
when he was
sounding like
going
a lie.
after Lori and Tylee, and you grabbed them around the neck.
Correct.
Dragged them back, and you both fell to the ground.
That's correct.
Okay. No,
Shiny
we're just
hands
running a criminal
dancer.
history to make sure that you're not a prohibited possessor, so there's no felony convictions. No,
Correct. There was a confessed felony, aggravated assault.
Okay.
In Austin, Texas in 2007.
Have your rights been restored, or are you
Oh,
legally
yeah.
able to?
Yeah,
Okay, so your rights are restored, you're
all done.
able to possess
I was
firearms.
never convicted.
Oh, okay.
Pled guilty, but they had deferred adjudication in Texas, so I completed probation, and then
Gotcha.
that was that.
Okay, so it's an open-ended thing, so it's a
Yes.
misdemeanor now.
Well, whatever, it's just on there as a, whatever, I don't know what the technical record is.
Okay,
I know I went to court, and she said, all your rights are restored, and gave me the paper, and I'll find it
gotcha.
after 4 years.
All right, hang tight. I'm gonna go see if they're done with Lori. We'll get you guys all together so we can get you out of here. And just make sure that
He's like,
people
cool.
that are monitoring don't have any other questions
Okay.
that I need to ask.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thanks. I appreciate your patience, man.
no problem.
It's gotta be chugging water. Caroline, never trust a bull guy who wears toeless slides. Oh man. I've never heard douche canoe before, guys. That was new to me. I heard it first from Inks. I'm still here. I know I'm there, tiny in the corner there today, but we're watching all this together going, what? I think it's time for a little bit of pilot voice. What do you think? I think it's time for a little bit of pilot voice. This video is proudly sponsored by Grizzly True Crime. Thank you. Welcome to Grizzly True Crime, established June 2021. Thank you for watching. Viewing Grizzly videos is a great source of support, and it's free. There are other 100% free ways to support Grizzly True Crime. Like, subscribe, and share. Other fantastic ways to support the channel would be, for example, becoming a member. Click the join button or the link below. During a live stream or premiere, you can buy a super chat or super sticker by clicking that button right there. The most direct way to support the channel would of course be through PayPal, link below. Join the Grizzly Patreon community for exclusive content. There are 3 tiers to choose from. I am a true crime author, so you could get my ebooks, audiobooks, or paperbacks, and I also offer you notebooks or journals. buymeacoffee.com/Gisela K. Need I say more? You know I love coffee. Get yourself some Grizzly merch, and if you post a picture of yourself in it, remember to tag me so that I can share it too. My merch shelf is now also active right below this video. If not, just click the link in the description box. If you haven't yet, join us Grizzlies on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. We have a really great community on all those platforms as well. Thank you so much for watching, and now let's get back to the live stream or video. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that pilot voice. Caroline says, buy Gisla's Audible audiobook. She narrates her own work. She uses pilot voice. I do. I recorded them, all my audiobooks, I actually recorded 3 times to really get that pilot voice down and make sure that it meets Audible standards. It's actually available anyway that you can get audiobooks. Hope you guys enjoy that. And yes, pilots do have that. Speak normally until it's time for, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our cruising altitude. We'll be cruising for the next 15 hours. There might be some slight turbulence ahead. And then it's like, grrr, you know. Oh, man. So just to get us all energized again, I'm going to play this one Lori little intro quickly. Get energized. Whew, then we're going to watch Lori, okay? Now, you've seen Tylee's interview. You've seen Alex's interview. Now we're going to watch Lori's, and that one will be a total of 26 minutes we're watching together, and then the show is done for the night or the day or whatever time it is for you, okay? So let's get into it. Damn. Are we there, guys? Are you energized? Stefan says, I had to try out that dollar button. Try out that dollar button, everyone. Give it a try. Stefan, encourage everyone to try. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Swiss francs nogal, huh? Swiss francs, everyone. Stephanie, that is so sweet for your overtime all-nighters. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My word. And what else did I miss? Are you a DJ too? Yes. Oh, yes, I am. Buckle up, everyone. So here we go. Be prepared for Lori Vallow Daybell to enter the room. Remember, her husband was just shot, someone she'd been married to for almost 15 years. And Nicholas, jy het vir my gevra. Yeah, you guys know I'm going to be busting out freaking Afrikaans here and there when I get snarky. You keep asking me, did you start around the Gabby Petito case? Ha. Like, just a bit before. So 4 maande voor the Gabby Petito case. I uploaded my very first podcast on the 28th of June, 2021. Okay. And I know if you look at my channel's about page, it actually says 2020. I don't know why. Because I started on the 28th of June, 2021. There, I did pilot voice again a little bit. Are we ready to see this? Are we going to get snarky, everyone? Sorry, Nicholas, I was just warming up for the snark, okay? Angela Bloom, thank you so much for your $4.99 super sticker. Start that trend, everyone. Make it rain. Oh, man. Okay. So, Gisela needs to sleep too. Do I, though? Do I? Here we go. Oh, shame. Look what Teddy. Okay, let's look here from...
So just make it easier so you don't have to...
Sweet.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
I'll be up in gas. So if you want
Yeah, Malcolm's using the other one, so you'll be in Brandon's
Snorkel.
monitor for him.
Okay, so just run out this way
Okay.
if there's anything, but you know.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool, Angela. Here she comes. I'm sorry to hear that, Ellison. Lori Doodlebug. Thank you so much. Make it rain, everyone. That's so cute. Thank you. Yeah, the kitty chair makes me sad too. And the bear. Oh, my word.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You know what? It was such a struggle. You be in hospital, you go back to school, I try to talk to the teachers, but in high school, they don't care. They're like, you're not here to do the work or go. Like, they don't care. They're
Well, and I
so
think
horrible.
with high school, it's
We must now analyze, and we may snark it right up with this freaking woman over here, okay? I know we usually snark about baby boys, but today, we're snarking it up about this friggin', I don't know what to call her, Jolly Rancher lady. Thank you so much. You guys are like, snark it right up.
like, they're just pumping.
But when she was in elementary and junior high, all the teachers worked with her. They were nice about it. But by high school, there's so many kids that just don't care. And I was like, just take it. You're so smart. Let's just take it. See if you pass it. She passed it. Like,
And got a really good
I
score.
roll.
yeah, she passed it with like college ready in every category the first time.
Okay, now what kind of mother talks this way about her daughter? Like, she's so smart. And then this is in July 2019. August, September, October, November. No, wait. This is in July. August, September. 2 months later, her daughter's murdered.
Well, and now she can do what she wants. So
Exactly.
she's better off that way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Celie.
Okay. I know
From Berlin.
Laura's your first name, right? Lauri.
Lori.
Okay. And then what's your last name?
Vallow. Vallow.
And your date of birth? And your phone number?
She's a hard 48 now. She started off relatively all right. All that Botox, you know, or something. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what to say about her. All that Hawaiian time with a freaking Chad Daybell lover. And now she's a hard 48.
And you live at the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I know this sounds silly.
She's like, yeah.
But it's probably the easiest way to start, is just to tell me what happened. And then, so you can start what makes the most sense to you, and we'll just work our way through, and I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions just to kind of clarify.
Sure.
So I know you talked to the initial patrol officer,
And he just got information. He didn't say
Okay.
anything.
So yeah, if you can just kind of tell me kind of what happened. It sounds like some of this may have started last night or something along those lines. So
Right.
start where you think it makes the most sense.
Okay, so,
I told you, it's a crazy question.
Well,
Now she's like, ha ha ha, I don't know where to start. This is all so funny. Like, I mean, my fourth husband, I mean, he just got shot. Actually, let's just call it, just say husband right now. Her husband, freaking 15 years, just got shot. I mean, where do I begin with this crazy story? I mean, it's not funny right now. She thinks it's freaking hilarious right here. Oh my word.
so we moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. We were in Houston. And so he's like, we had decided to separate or whatever. So
I will be interrupting her a lot. Charles Vallow filed for divorce because he's like, she's off a freaking rocker. And then she decided in response to be like, I'm going to Hawaii and I'm taking Tylee. And she disappeared for 58 days. Now she's like, yeah, we separated or whatever. And now she puts all the blame on him.
He's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever, because he's all about JJ. He's never about Tylee, but he's all about JJ. Because we adopted him together. He's his great nephew. We adopted him as a baby. And so we adopted him as a baby, and so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he's always gone like Monday through Friday. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul. And then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time, you know, like whatever, all these things.
I mean, she's talking like a teenager. She's in her 40s, people. Like, what in the actual hell? She's like, whatever. He's just like texting me all these threats, like, whatever. Oh, my word. She's going to be shading him.
And then he told me...
What kind of threats?
Just...
Yeah, what kind?
You'd have to read them to see, but he's always mad at me, right? And he doesn't want a divorce, but I don't like him and don't want to deal with him, so that's just how
we heard it right there from the horse's mouth. I don't like him, so I don't want to deal with him. Yes, we understand that now. But when it's like, what kind of text? She can't even come up with something. She's like, well, you'd have to see them to understand. But like, he was just like always mad at me. Ugh.
It is. Like, so we married for 14 years. We dealt with it for 14 years of him being horrible to her. Like, he gets in huge fights with her. A lot of things. But anyway, so he said, I'm coming Wednesday night. All of a sudden, I want to see JJ. And I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see him whenever you want to. Come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So when you initially moved, he had said he was going to buy you a house. So you moved here with your...
Yeah, he was going to rent us a house.
And so you moved...
All my family lives here. So we lived here for a long time.
Okay.
And then he moved us to Houston.
Okay.
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his, like, services, his DDD, his anything. He, like, ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
Okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him, and I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, 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 you know, the story. And so I just didn't talk to him for like 30 days and let him take care of him and let him see what I've been doing for the past 7 years. Because
she complains a lot about JJ, which is very sad in hindsight. She complains a terrible lot. Even that sentence even makes sense. A terrible much. Okay, that's how much she complains about him. It's horrendous. And yeah, the victim shaming here. I mean, her husband was just shot by her brother. And she's making like it's just an ordinary day. Just like, let me tell you how horrible he was. Like, this is bad.
Men need to do that. You know, I have 5 kids. I have grown kids. I have grandkids. Like, okay, you're going to threaten.
Yes, Grandma. Grandma Jolly Rancher. Grandma Tiny Hands Dancer.
Me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation? Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You're begging me to come pick him up.
Yeah.
But she did. It's just like, come back and...
So not only is she horrible to Charles Vallow right now, who was shot dead by her brother, but she's also horrible to JJ right now. And within 2 months, JJ and Tylee would be murdered too. Don't forget that.
So I moved in with them to Houston for the family, you know, and Tylee went with me. We drove to Houston from here, and left all our family and all his support, all my son's support, like his cousins, everything. And we were there, and I enrolled him in school there. I tried to start all his services, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
You know, it takes so long to get that done.
There's no easy transferring.
There's
anything.
no easy transfer.
You start from the
State to
beginning.
state, it's a totally new thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of it in those 30 days. So he just had gone without services, without even applying. And I'm like, do you even realize? Because he didn't ever do it in the first place. I did it. Long story. I'll keep it short. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks since we moved in.
Okay.
He came. He was very nasty when he was there, but he travels for business. So he went back to the Houston house.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm coming on Wednesday night. And I'm going to come pick up JJ and take him to school Thursday. Pick him up Thursday, take him Friday, whatever. And I said, Casey wanted to come to the house. And I said, you can't come stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. She's a minor. She has to live here.
Yeah.
So because he gets in huge fights up there.
Okay.
And she hates him.
Indoor
And so like,
story.
you can't stay at the house, so I will book you a hotel because he stays in hotels all the time because he travels for business and the business pays for it, right? So I said, I will book you a hotel nearby.
What does he do?
He works with teachers and their retirement plans, but he goes to them.
And not really. Like, the way she describes his job is as if she doesn't know what he really does. I looked him up on LinkedIn and I'm like, what? Like, what she's describing here is like, very interesting.
And that he mostly works in California.
Okay.
No matter where we live. And we lived in Hawaii. He'd work in California. He'd work in Texas. He has like books of business in different areas. And so he just goes wherever. It kind of just gives him freedom that he doesn't have to stay home every day and take care of special needs child. It's like an excuse, right? So I've done that.
She's laughing right now, laughing so much. I mean, this is all just so funny. But like, your husband just died. Zero remorse, grief, loss, nothing. And also for everyone commenting one-liners on the body language. Body language works in clusters. I'd recommend watching the behavior panel. No sponsor, not affiliated with them, but they're very good. It's all about clusters. You cannot just look at one thing and be like, dit. It's all about the clusters. Right now, she's just, the way she's being is like, yes, like a teenager who's just like, he was like so mean to me and just like, no, she has almost no emotional capacity. I wonder if she can even, someone commented earlier that they've never seen Lori cry. She does fake cry over here when they walk out the room. We'll see that. So hang in for that, okay? Make sure you leave your DNA on the thumbs up in the meantime. Let's wait for that.
That myself for the last 7 years anyway. And I was a single mom before I married him with my 2 kids. Yeah. And he had 2 kids. We got married, tried to make a family. You know how it goes. Anyway. So he said he was coming last night. I said, well, you can't stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. And I'll get you a hotel and you can come play with JJ. But he goes to school all day. Yeah. I got him back into his school. His services, I met with the DDD yesterday and they finally are getting his services back. But we're paying $125 a day to have him back at school because he's so out of his routine. He's been a nightmare on the floor, kicking stuff, hating.
Oh, now JJ is a nightmare because that's relevant to this right now. Right, Lori? Right? Thank you, Barb, for your $2 super sticker. I really appreciate it. The interviewer bought this. That's the sad part. I know, right?
Staff walls, like, he just ripped him out of his life. Yeah. So, anyway, just how he is, because he only thinks about himself. So.
Yes, Ken.
He says, come in to get JJ, and JJ's like, I don't want Dad, because he knows Dad took him away, so he was freaking out, right? So I didn't tell him he was even coming, like, Dad's going to come take you to school or anything. So he didn't bother me last night, which I was surprised. I was expecting kind of an ambush for him to kind of, like, come over or be just mean and say, that's my house, I'm on the lease, I'm going to stay here, kind of thing. Because that's kind of his macho attitude. And so he came this morning, I was getting JJ ready.
So he got in last night, but he wasn't at the house last night?
Yeah, I didn't hear from him, except for he texted me and said, I'll be there at 7:30 to pick up JJ.
Okay.
And I was like,
oh my word, she's just got such an attitude problem. Geraldine, exactly. Behavior panel, very good. Need to see a baseline before being able to discern completely though. Absolutely. Excellent point made. Brad Hamill, welcome. And thank you so much for your $9.99 super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. Little Pookie in the house, leaving your DNA on the thumbs up. Little Pookie came up with that slogan. I friggin' love it.
I was like, okay, that was good. Didn't hear from him. And
I know, right?
then he came over in the morning and he's like banging on the door. I'm like, oh great, here we go, you know. And I was just gonna be nice. I was just gonna be nice as possible. And I had JJ stuff all ready for school. And so,
do you remember about what time he got there?
Yeah,
he said
true.
be there 7:30, but it was more like 7:40ish
Okay.
or 7:35. I don't know.
Okay.
Mhm.
But I remember thinking, looking at the clock, and he wasn't there at 7:30, and he's usually Mr.
Yeah.
On
Punctual.
time. Yes. So I was like, okay. And then JJ was like, oh, Dad. And then he was like, Mommy, and like ran to me and was like holding me. He's like, you're not taking me to school. And I was like, it's okay, Dad, I can just drive you to school. It's not a big deal. You know, just trying to make it whatever.
Calm.
Yeah, calm. And then he's just being real smirky and real like jerky, you know, to me. And I was like ignoring him, whatever. And so
Smirky and jerky. Okay, lady. He was being real smirky and jerky to me. So yeah, my brother shot him, and I'm laughing my ass off over here. Like, seriously?
he was like, I'm
And your brother lives there with you?
No,
Okay.
he had stayed with me last night because I was worried he was going to come over and
Okay.
cause trouble with me.
Okay.
And just wanted someone else there, like my brother there, because I trust my brother. And it's been a long story. Like, I had to go live at my brother's when he took JJ, and, you know, he's just been difficult. So, anyway.
Wow, still complaining about JJ. Stephanie, please don't encourage people to leave my stream. We can all go there afterwards, though. If they've got an episode on this, yes, we'll go there after. But please stay here, okay?
So I got JJ separated, and he was like, well, and he's like this about timing. He's like, I'm leaving in 20 minutes because it's like 15 minutes to the school, and like you can't get there early. They don't open the gates until 8:20 or something like that. And I said, well, why don't you just go now? I don't want him in the house. I'm like, why don't you just go now and take him to Burger King because that's what he likes for breakfast. And he's very particular about food. Like, he wanted chicken fries for breakfast and a Sprite. Like, and I just get what he wants because if you don't get what he wants, then it's like on the floor screaming, dragging him into school. Like, and he's big and he's heavy, and it's hard for me to handle. But anyway.
See, now she's doing the fake cry a little bit here already. It's just like, it's so hard for me to handle him. She's complaining so much about JJ. It's ridiculous. And it's just like, he's very particular about food. Yes, this 6.5-year-old, he's so particular. You cannot tell him that there's no way that he can't have Burger King for breakfast, right? I mean, you're the mom in the situation right now. It's horrendous. Oh, my word.
So I said, just go. And so he said, okay. So I gave him a backpack. He got in the car. This is his MO, right? He always leaves something in the house and comes back. He never leaves the first time. I always expect my husband to come back into the house, right? So I guess he had left his phone on the counter.
So he initially left with the backpack and with JJ? And
so he put them in the car,
okay,
in the driveway, and then he came back in, right? So I kissed JJ goodbye. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter, and I had his phone. And he was like, give me my phone. And I was like, why don't you show me your text that you've been texting, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Because
why don't you just show me the text that you've been texting, blah, blah, blah. So let me just put myself on here for a second. How about this? Okay, that doesn't work. I'll just put that on now in a moment again. She's saying, so I just want to say this so you could watch the rest and understand. She's saying, so I had his phone and like he didn't want me to see what was on it. And this whole thing is about her invading his privacy. Because remember, they were separated and stuff. Now she's got his phone like she's a teenager trying to like, who are you texting? What's going on? And her entire argument throughout this for like the next, I don't know, 15 minutes is all about him getting so angry because he wants his phone back. And she thinks she's in the right with this. That's also what's funny. If you just even take it to the basics, like give the man his phone back. Oh, this lady makes me angry, oh my word.
He's like acting really weird, like he's
Wait, that too. That's a good point. Wasn't his phone was in the rental car too, right? All of this is a lie. Everything she says is a freaking lie.
plotting something against me. Like, I'm like, why are you even here? Like, what did you come here for? You know, he's been talking to my other brother, and my brother came into town at the same time last night, and I haven't talked to my brother in a while, my other brother, and I was like, and so he was texting him on the phone when he first got to my house, and I'm like, why are you texting Adam? Like, do you even talk to him? Like, my other brother. And, you know, he's been telling me all these.
Don't you think it's so weird how she's like, do you even talk to him? Like my other brother, like, why would you be talking to him? Like, hello, at this point, it's his friggin' brother-in-law. It's crazy. Gregory, thank you so much. Makes sense to end all this fun with a pool party. Boo hiss being thrown. I love all these words you guys come up with. We're gonna have to make our own dictionary. This total bull spit this right here. Mm-hmm.
Text like, you're going down, blah, 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 blah. He's blaming me for our marriage breaking up and my niece getting divorced and my friend getting divorced. He said, I'm a destroyer of families because I want everybody to get divorced. I'm like, what would my motivation be for people getting divorced? So I can babysit the kids more? Like, why would I have any control over what people do?
Yeah.
So,
don't you think that was funny how she said, not funny, but like she's like, why would I have any control over what people do? You could like literally feel the fakeness right there because she was very influential, actually. She got Alex to do a lot. She also convinced a whole bunch of people around her that she was the sweet and innocent friggin', I don't know, visionary goddess.
it's just very odd. But anyway, he goes nuts. He's gone nuts on us a lot of times. Tylee and I have had to leave with JJ over the years probably 5 times and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts.
Yes.
Like, you don't know what's going to set him off. Like, whatever. And she's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had JJ and he's special needs and it's really hard. Like, it's even hard to take care of by yourself.
So when you say he goes nuts, that can mean a lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling
nuts
and screaming.
Like breaking
like,
things.
Yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides like grabbing us and pushing us, but not like punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical.
Okay.
Before. And with my grown son.
Like physical how?
Like got into a physical fist fight with my son when he was 16.
Okay.
And he came after Tylee 2 times in Hawaii.
Okay.
And like went like he was going to hit her, but then I got in between them.
Uh-huh.
Right.
How old?
All a lie.
How old was she when that happened?
Probably 13 and 14.
Okay. So this morning he comes back in and...
He comes back in, I wouldn't give him his phone. He was screaming at me to give him his phone. He was very worried about whatever was on his text that he did not want me to see. And so I was just holding it there and he was screaming at me. And I was kind of walking towards around the house with it so he couldn't get it. He's like reaching for it and stuff like that. And so Tylee came out of her room upset and she had a bat. And she told him to leave her mother alone, like, right? So she was really, whatever. And he's screaming at her, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, 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 blah. And then my brother heard all the commotion because he was in there in bed. And so he came out into the main room and, I guess whatever.
What's your brother's name?
Alex.
Alex, okay.
And then,
her face just about lit up. The Alex. Yeah, that's my brother. We all know. But I was reading so much in the chat. I've watched this before, but did she already say, I think she already said this at the beginning, why Alex was there. It was like, oh yeah, he was just like coming over to protect me. Like, and then when they asked Alex, remember when I was like, remember this part when it's like, did you stay there? Why did you stay there? He's like, oh, just to hang out. Like, were you worried about Charles and like Lori's safety? Like, no. And here she's like, oh no, he had to come over to just like protect me. My word.
he just started, he was screaming and he was super upset and whatever. And he's yelling at Tylee, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, blah, blah. And so Tylee, I guess, I don't know if she swung at him or what, but he like grabbed the bat from Tylee and then went to like hit Tylee with the bat. It was, and I was right there, they were right there, and my brother grabbed him from behind, like just to stop him from hitting Tylee.
You go like this, like he grabbed him like...
Yeah, from behind, like just kind of to pull him back. And then they got into the thing and he's hitting him with the bat and they're on the ground.
Oh my word, it feels like Amber Heard and Chris Watts in one body right here. What do you guys think?
Like grappling around or whatever. And then, I mean, that was all
and he
quickly.
And he hit your brother with the bat while they were grappling and stuff?
Yeah, yes, he was hitting him with the bat, like swinging the bat, you know, back and forth, and they were kind of like on the ground, and I was like freaking out trying to go around, knowing JJ was in the car, right? And so then he got up and he had the bat like this towards me, and I was going around the other side to try to just get out of his range where he couldn't hit me. And then I had told Tylee, because she was on the ground, because after he took the bat from her, she fell back. And so I told her, I was like, go get in the car with JJ. Like, I don't want JJ coming in to the house, and I wanted her out of the way. I wanted the kids out of the way, whatever this fight was going to be. And then,
like, that is the worst sentence right there. I wanted the kids out of the way for whatever this fight was going to be. Huh? You heard it right there. I mean, it's wow. Thank you, King Cantonano. Canton Eno. King, I wish I could say her name. Thank you, King. She's tying herself up in knots, lie after lie. She's a manipulator, but in the end, she'll hang herself. Great coverage as always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that £5 super sticker. Listen to it one more time here.
The car with JJ. Like, I don't want JJ coming in to the house, and I wanted her out of the way. I wanted the kids out of the way, whatever this fight was going to be. Do
you remember what your husband or your brother were saying or yelling during all of this? If they were at all?
Just kind of get off me, out, or whatever. They were like, don't talk to my niece about it, whatever. Like, it was, I don't remember specifics.
She speaks so loudly, man. My ears are hurting. Are yours also? I'm like, oh my word, lady.
But they were kind of both. They were kind of in the heat of it. I don't think there was many words that I remember.
So Tylee goes outside.
Yeah, she was outside.
And then what happened?
Then they got up from that, and my brother had stepped back, I guess, and then Charles was coming with me at the back, yelling at me to give him his phone still, because I had it in my hand. It was all really quickly. And then when I went around kind of in the circle, then my brother was there.
Oh my word, the story doesn't even make sense. Thank you, Caroline, for your 99-cent super sticker. We have, everyone, we had 16 minutes, and Lori's one is 26 minutes. We've got 10 minutes left, and then we're going to wrap up the show, okay? So her volume is twice the detective's volume. I know, right? And thank you, Melissa, so much for your $3 super sticker. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for everyone who supports the channel. Even just watching supports the channel, leaving your thumbs up. But thank you so much to everyone who Patreon, PayPal, buy me a coffee, super sticker, and all that. I really appreciate it.
When you said when you were going around and he was coming at you with the bat, how was he holding the bat?
Yeah, show us.
Just like that. Like backwards. Almost in one arm.
Like he was swinging it backwards? He would have done like
he would have swung it backwards at me, not frontwards.
Okay, yeah.
He was a professional baseball player.
Okay.
So it wasn't a good idea for Tylee to get out of that.
Probably not the.
I mean, he played.
Why is that so funny to her? And a professional baseball player, I don't think they would hold the bat like that, the way she's describing.
Semi-pro.
Yeah.
He was, But, yeah, and then I was kind of turned around, and we were all right there in that room, except for the kids had been outside by that time, and I heard the gunshot. And
so you heard the shot?
She's like literally looking down as if she can visualize everything going on. Like, I heard the gunshot, but you're doing the arms, the look, that you're looking at it right now. You're looking at it in your mind. But it's like, yeah, I just heard it. Didn't really see it. I was just running around the kitchen. You'll see now.
Did you actually see the shot, or did you just hear it?
Yes.
I had gone around to the kitchen to get away from him, and so back around. So I don't know if he went in the house.
I didn't, so I'm a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, so I didn't see when. I didn't see the shot. I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground.
Okay.
And I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I was just freaking out, and it just went into mama. I'm like, I've got to go to get JJ to school. I've got to get to the kids. I got to get to the kids. And so I just.
Oh my word. So it's like, I'm freaking out. Okay, he's just got shot. You know what? I got to take the kids to school. Yep. Like, what? Oh, okay. Like, oh my word. Okay, wait. Hubby's just been shot. What do I do? Yeah, take the kids to school. Act normal, act cool. We're gonna go to Burger King. Taking the kids to school.
Went outside and to see if they were in there okay. I didn't want them coming back in the house when all that was going on, and got Gigi in the car, and he was trying to come in, and Tylee was like looking at me with like the crazy eyes, like what just happened.
The crazy
I told
eyes.
her to get in the car and we're gonna take Gigi to school.
And that's one part that I think is probably true. She's like, she was looking at me with the crazy eyes, like, what just happened? Yeah, your 16-year-old daughter is looking at you like, what the hell just happened? And she's like, well, just told her to get in the car. We're going to take JJ to school. Like, it's so crazy.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground, where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
Like it all.
Like, again, she's visualizing it all right there, my word. Terry Oliver, you're doing a great job. Lori is a sociopath. She deserves all the snark. Thank you so much for your $9.99 super sticker. Yeah, snark it right up. And we are all getting ready for the trial. That was the whole point of covering this case at this point, because Lori was finally found competent to stand trial, so she was arraigned. We watched that together last week. If you missed it, there's a whole playlist. So just go to my homepage. If you go home, videos, playlist. There's a whole Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell playlist. Part 1 and 2 will tell you everything you need to know about the case up to now. And then, yeah, we are watching all this so that if they do show this in court, they might. We don't know. We'll be all prepared. We are going to be all prepared with everything we need to know, and we could snark it right up there.
All happened very quickly. I feel like I was there because I was right there, and like a second later, I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you?
Makes no sense.
Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
Like it was just I didn't say anything. I went out with the kids just to check on them first, and I was gonna come back in maybe, but I didn't. I was like, I just have to get him to school.
Okay.
And
it's just so shocking to me that it's like, I just have to get him to school. We just need to drop these kids off now. There is no, oh, by the way, yeah, your stepdad's, he died. Okay. Like Uncle Al just shot him. He's dead. Okay. Let's just take you to school though. You might have heard some things. You might have seen some things. So even if Charles wasn't shot that day and this massive fight broke out, which sounds like a DV situation, the way they're explaining it, right? Even if that's all that happened, those kids, it should be like a pause on the day and just like, whoa, kids, I'm so sorry. That was really rough. That must have been so traumatic for you. Like, let me try to at least help you out. Let's talk about it. Let's recover. Maybe even then, at that point, they might need some counseling. You just don't know. But it's not that. It's murder. And in her mind, just take the kids to school. Just got to take those kids to school. I mean, what?
Call the police, come back, whatever.
Did anybody say did you or your brother say anything at some point about calling the police or calling 911? Do you remember?
Yeah, he called me.
Okay.
And he said, are you taking Gigi to school? And I said, yeah, we need to call the police. And he said, okay.
Okay. So.
Yeah, we need to call the police and then just take these kids to school.
He called you when you didn't come back inside, basically?
Right.
Okay.
Because I was like in the car for a minute, and then I was like, what do I do? And I didn't want JJ to go inside, and I didn't know what to do, and Tylee was freaking out. I was trying to get them away from the scene.
Understandable. And you may not know this, so, because I know you heard the shot, do you know at what point your brother had the gun? Do you know if he had it when they got in their first fight, or did he have to go get it, or do you know that at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And do you remember if you ever heard your brother?
I didn't see him ever leave the room.
Okay.
So,
she's like, wait a minute, I gotta wrap this story up. I didn't really see him ever leave the room. Yeah, okay. Taking those kids to Burger King and to school, right?
So fast. All that was so fast. Like, I'm on the ground rolling around and I'm screaming and
This probably happened in a couple seconds.
yeah, I mean it was like super fast.
And I don't know if you know this or not, does your brother normally carry a gun? Like, I carry a gun everywhere I go.
Right. Like I
So-
know he's a gun person. Like he
Okay.
has guns and things.
Okay.
He's
Did you
Mm-hmm. Yes, Kelsey, we did. We covered it. That was literally my thumbnail. Like, this woman had a pool party after this. So don't forget those pool noodles. Burger King, drop the kids off at school. That was her first thought. And then it's like, ooh, let's talk to the police. Okay, we'll have to. And then pool party time. I mean, it's so crazy.
with guns.
Did you know that he had one with him?
Yeah.
No.
When he came over?
No, but
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Because
Okay.
he's very, very professional with guns.
Proficient, professional. Responsible is usually a good.
Right.
better word.
Responsible with guns.
She says proficient, and the interviewer is like, proficient, professional. Normally we would say responsible. She's like, right, okay. Daisy, thank you so much for your $3 super sticker. You people are making it rain right now. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate that. Would. We're almost done.
And then, do you remember if at any time,
6 minutes.
so you were trying to get away from him,
Right.
and you heard the shot. Prior to the shot, do you remember at any point hearing your husband or your brother saying anything to either of them?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So my second very ridiculous question is there anything else that I didn't ask about or anything that we didn't cover that you think is important? I always ask that just because I wasn't there, and so we're going through something that happened a super small amount of time.
Yes. Can I
So,
step back?
yeah, go for it.
Oh, my word.
Just thinking.
The little voice is coming out now. Yeah, it was shot twice, exactly. Whew.
Just that.
Yeah. Reverting to child.
He was just so angry, like super scary.
Did you
know how you take your phone away from like a 16-year-old and they freak out? Like their world disintegrates. Like I've taken my phone away from a 16-year-old boy before, and he like he's like wanted to kill himself because like they kidnapped him. That's how it was. It was like.
Okay, bit of an exaggeration there. Shall we talking about one of Charles's sons? Or her own son? I don't know. Probably her own son, actually. Like, oh my word.
There's something on his phone that he does not want me to see, that he was like freaking out. Like,
I know,
to
right?
the point where I thought he would hit me in the back of the head to get the phone.
Okay. So you thought, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you thought it was possible that he was going to hurt you.
Absolutely, he was going to hurt me and Tylee.
Okay.
Not JJ, he would never hurt JJ.
Okay.
She's always like, she's so snarky about never JJ. I mean, yeah, me and Tylee, but never JJ. She's so horrible to Charles and JJ. It's, to me, wait, let's go through this quickly. I'm thinking about, okay, so Joseph Ryan died. Charles Vallow, of course, Alex too later. JJ. I'm just thinking she's like very much got a very male hater vibe, right? Very much. Of course, Tylee and Tammy, females. Tammy, according to her mindset, had to go because it was Chad's wife. So she wanted to be Chad's wife, so Tammy had to go. And Tylee, man, it's just horrible. She murdered. She was allegedly involved. Yes, we're waiting for the trial. In the murders of her own daughter. Like, wow. Yeah, she's making it up as she goes. It's just so weird. She talks about JJ like that all the time. Like, the way that she's like, oh, my way. And Charles is like just favoring JJ. It's so strange. She's so angry about that in this moment, on this day, given the circumstance. yeah, she has a lot of resentment towards JJ. And also, it seems like a lot of resentment towards Charles bringing JJ into her life, adopting JJ, and even maybe favoring JJ in her mind. You know what I mean? Sure.
And he hurt my brother. Like, he was going, like, ballistic about. It was bad.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her real quick.
Okay.
And then if, obviously, we'll be here for a little bit, hopefully not too much longer. But if you think of anything or there's anything that kind of pops in your head or something else that we didn't cover, obviously. So I'm gonna go talk to her for just a little bit, and then I'll kind of come back and check with you. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I know my partner's talking to your brother over in one of the other interview rooms. So we're gonna just try to get as much done as we can and go from there.
We're going to see some fake crying any minute
and
now.
Then, is there anybody that you need to call or anything, or you want to wait a little bit?
I don't know what I would say.
No. And wait a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know what I would say.
And if you want,
she's like, I have no idea what I would say. And remember, she texted Charles's sons. We went through that in part 1. Texted the sons to be like, oh, by the way, your dad has passed. Okay, bye. Like, oh, by the way, he had a heart attack. No, he didn't. He got shot twice in the chest by your brother. Do you remember that? If you didn't, please go watch part 1 and 2. Highly recommend.
Want to, you can think about it. So we do have victim services that work within the police department. They're right over here. They're not cops. They're civilians. And they do, Jessica, who is out there with the fire department, so they're kind of our crisis response. They come right away. Mm-hmm. So our victim services that work in the department are kind of more long-term.
She is facing the death penalty. Yes, she's in a death penalty state, her and Chad Daybell.
Type support system. So they're just a really good resource because they do a lot of stuff with our families and things like that, and can help with support services and questions you might have.
Sorry to interrupt. I just don't want to miss it because the chat goes by so fast. Do they have the date of each child's death from the telephone ping data at the site where they were found? Apparently so, yes. So Tylee, after that Yellowstone National Park Day, September 8th, sometime in the morning, there were pings with Alex at Lori's house already at like 2:45 a.m. So sometime then. So that would be September 9th. And then JJ's September 23rd.
She's been through so much.
So it might be a good idea.
I just can't stand for her to have to go through all this.
Yeah, it might be a good idea maybe before I take you guys back today that I get one of them to come in and maybe sit and talk with you guys and see. And it's not something there's a bunch of stuff they can offer, but it's good to have a contact and like a name and a face and a phone number. That way maybe a couple days from now, a week from now, or if there's something going on, or
she looks really bored right now.
It may not be something that's necessarily up like me and my partner's alley, but it very much may be up theirs. So I'd like for you to meet one of them before we leave. That way, hopefully, if there's something that they can help you and your daughter with, they can. Or even JJ or whatever else.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I haven't even thought about him.
Yeah. So
he's used to him.
We know you haven't thought about them. She's like, oh, right. Haven't even thought about them. Okay. Wow.
Not being there, but he wouldn't understand even if you told him.
Right.
Like this.
Okay, Lori. Like really exaggerating someone on the autism spectrum, huh? She's like, he wouldn't even understand even if you told him. Like, right. But later she's like, he just can't make sense of it. He keeps asking where Charles is. Sickening.
Somebody passed away, he doesn't understand
what that means.
Yeah, she will.
Well, I mean, it's hard at 7 to understand that anyways.
Right, that's true. But with him, he just doesn't, which is probably better because he doesn't comprehend things, but I don't know. It's just,
oh, my word.
That's a lot to think about.
Yeah. So let me go find one of them, and then we'll make sure that you guys get to meet with them before you leave, because that might be something very helpful for you guys. And I'm going to go speak with your daughter for just a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay? And if you need anything, let me know, okay? Okay.
It's like, if you need anything, let me know. Look how she looks away. Like, she's looking away and she just like, like she almost looks revolted right now. Just like, oh my word, just make this stop. Like, she's not loving all this sympathy and empathy. She's just like, trying to plan a pool party here. Okay. We're going to swim later. Yeah, she absolutely dehumanized her family. It's horrendous. So here we'll just watch her do a little fake cry quickly, and then look. Pet those dry lids, lady. What is this? What kind of fake crying is this? What is sniffle sniffle? And then she sits like this. I literally wrote this down because it's so long. From now, 26 minutes all the way up to 54 minutes, she sits like this. Like a damn. She doesn't move. It's so hectic. Like, I actually watched the whole thing at normal speed. I'm just like, wait, what? She just sits like this. For 28 minutes, yes, I just did the math. I'm like, she's probably praying right now, I'm thinking. Or, remember that Chad Daybell made her a little portal. Initially, it was in the closet, okay? That she could go in the closet and go and pray in front of this little portal and then be so, so close to him. So I can bet that right now she's just getting real close to Chad Daybell. Real close. Visualizing all that, huh? Getting ready for that pool party. Yeah, she's in a yoga zone. Yeah, she knows she's on camera. Crocodile tears. No Oscar for her. She's on a throne in her mind. Yeah, probably. She's in the portal right now, thinking of Chad. Meditating on her lies. It's so hectic. Oh my word. Yeah, for 28 minutes, she's just like this. At one point, she opens her eyes a little bit, looks around, and then she goes back into this. She's waiting to call insurance. Yeah, exactly. And Chachens. Thank you so much, Barb, for your $2 super sticker. Pool party in the house. She's planning the rest of her day. So horrible. Well, thank you all for being here. I appreciate that you were here to watch the soul with me. Wow. It's like she's mirroring the bear. Shame, that poor bear. That bear's just sitting there like, uh-oh, guys. Horrible. Look at her. Fake cry. I used to do that when I got pulled over for speeding. Get that tissue out. Dab, dab, dab. And that was it. It wasn't it also stopped in 5 seconds? Dab, dab, dab. And that's it. He has grown 10 more chins since he was arrested. Oh, my word. And you say, thank you for your feed. When's the next one? Be sure to subscribe. If you aren't subscribed yet, subscribe and hit the bell. I know that YouTubers say that, but it's not just a nice sing-song. Literally, it's for you. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll know when the next live stream or upload or whatever is. I'm not too sure when the next one is. I'll let you guys know. It's almost like she's dissociating. Yep. Sniffle, sniffle, dab over. Sniffle, sniffle, dab, dab over. I should have brought a tissue so I can also just try that out. It seemed very, very easy to do that one. Just sniffle, sniffle, dab, dab. Okay, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm over. It's all good. My word. I've met people being more upset at the airport than Lori pretending to be sad. You said it. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. Yeah. Oh, the bell. The bell is not just a decoration. The bell actually helps to let you know what's happening. Some people see, now she's looking up at the roof. Look, the ceiling. And then she's back down. Wow. And this goes on for 28 minutes. Richard, thank you so much for your $25 super sticker. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, Rochelle. Appreciate your hard work in getting this all together for us. It's my absolute pleasure. I would highly recommend checking out like Zulema Bastina's interviews. That's Alex Cox's wife that he married like 2 weeks before he died. My word. Check out all these other characters that we looked at in part 1 and 2. It's interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to cover, I want to cover everything to do with Lori and Chad because they're the ones going to trial. They're the ones facing the charges. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just give us all almost like a trial prep course so that by the time the trial's happening and everyone's like, what? We'll know the full timeline. What happened, when and how and who's who in the zoo, in the circus, really, isn't it? Oh, man. Yes, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I can't wait to read your comments. Please leave your comments below. And just know, hey, if you're leaving snarky comments, I'm going to get snarky back. Not always, but sometimes, even on TikTok, even on Twitter. What you say publicly could be made public. I'm not trying to threaten anyone. Thank you so much. Oprah stopped reading negative. What are we saying? Do you? Brilliant. I thought you mentioning it because Lori was like, Oprah is the darkest spirit on the planet. Like, no, Lori, that's you. That's you. Stop projecting. You know what I mean? Thank you so much to my mods. I really, really appreciate you guys. You are my special ops team. Thank you so much for being here. I know this was a long one again. This was majorly overtime every time. Remember, you guys are like, remember last year when live streams used to be like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't know what happened in 2022. I don't know. In 2022, we took it to triple overtime. I think it's because all of you, see, Stefan saying waffle time. You guys all encourage waffle time, triple time, overtime. Well, I'm going to leave you in peace now. I'm going to get some rest. There was a lot of deep diving done to do all this work. So if you want to say thank you, buymeacoffee.com/Gisela K is a great way to do that. Or PayPal. Or come and join us on Patreon. Forest Waffles over there if you want more waffle time. Or, of course, become a member. And thank you for the super stickers. I really appreciate it, everyone. So let me look for my little outro. And I will see you very, very soon. Okay, keep well, keep it snarky, keep it grizzly, stay safe.